for the dogs, and the printed
There we go, we got my audio working.
Livestock guardian dogs were permitted and encouraged on agricultural land. She walked,
I'm going to match.
notes, and eventually laughed.
Agree.
Honestly,
Continue. Do I even got any loadouts?
The last guy had a literal llama in his kitchen. I asked who filed the complaint. She shrugged. It was anonymous, but it came with a hand-drawn map that had the words Danger Zone scrawled in red glittering. Take a wild guess. I didn't need to. Denise left with a friendly wave, and I sat on my porch wondering how someone like Karen had the time to escalate a situation that didn't concern her. That night, I checked the security feed, mostly trail cameras set up around the barn and gate. Nothing yet, but I had a gut feeling she wasn't done. Folks like her never stopped at a simple loss. They regrouped, recharged their pettiness, and came back twice as annoying. Sure enough, the following Saturday, there was a farmer's market event held downtown.
Super, are you getting on?
Pick up some local honey and check in with a few folks from the department.
Okay, I play by myself.
Light security. And that's when I saw her.
Y'all gamed out today?
Community bulletin board, surrounded by a half circle of people while dramatically pointing at a printout of my property on her clipboard. I wasn't close enough to hear it all, but I caught phrases like corruption in rural offices, abuse of position, and
yeah, I kinda couldn't stream in the morning with my voice.
Like she was pitching a scandal for a news special.
I didn't go to church today either.
Me and nudged her. When she turned and saw
me watching, I woke up with a bad sore throat and coughs.
She squared her shoulders and kept going. Even if he's the sheriff, that doesn't mean he gets to violate community
So I
standards,
stayed home.
She said loudly, hoping to catch
It's sad I gotta miss it on Easter, but
raised a hand and asked, "Wait, what's he actually done?" Karen sputtered. "It's not about one thing, it's the principle."
Hey.
Another man muttered.
No, let's have a little fun. Since it's Easter, we're gonna do a little celebration
Someone else pulled out their phone
with some people.
Karen raised her voice. I'm trying to protect this
I want to try and see if I can have a little fun with Easter. Since it's Easter,
and watched her spin herself deeper into her own hole. A local teenager uploaded a clip later that evening.
Let's have a little fun.
The video title: Karen versus Sheriff.
Hey!
It got 40,000 views in 2 hours.
Never smack me, you little... I will smack you with my staff.
My favorite was, did she think she could outcop the actual sheriff?
Hello, it's your mom.
Everything was wrong. I made myself a coffee, sat on the porch with my boots kicked up, and watched the sun roll down across the fields. The sheep grazed quietly. The dog snoozed. But somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew we weren't at the end of this rodeo yet. Karen wasn't going to back down. She had too much pride, too little sense, and an unlimited supply of printer ink. The next play wouldn't be a complaint or a
demon, El King Bendy.
Something that made her feel powerful, and I was ready for it. It started with a piece of paper taped to my front gate.
Where should I go?
Flyer, not a warning, not anything from the county. It was a fake notice. A laminated sheet with a seal that looked official enough to fool someone who didn't know better.
Look at where I usually go, storage.
Code violation. Immediate compliance required. I pulled it off and examined the fine print. The form cited obscure ordinances, misquoted building codes, and was signed at the bottom by someone named J. Michaels. Funny thing was, Michaels retired 5 years ago. I knew because I attended his going-away barbecue. And the seal? It was outdated, wrong color, wrong year, and misspelled. Inspections. The whole thing was a sad attempt at a scare tactic, but it did confirm something I already suspected. Karen wasn't just making
large storage centers I usually go for.
Me. Instead of tearing the fake notice up, I set it aside and walked around the fence line. That's when I noticed something else. A few of the fence posts I'd installed a week prior were tampered with. The bolts weren't just loose. They were almost fully removed, like someone wanted them to fall over with the next gust of wind. 2 of the bottom rails were deliberately cracked, not from wear or livestock pressure, but with a crowbar or similar leverage. It was sloppy.
All I got was LMGs so far.
I checked the gate's trail cam footage. I had set up 3 wireless cameras after the first 911 call, just to
I'll
keep
take a
things
shotgun.
safe. The footage was grainy due to the fog, but at 2:17 a.m., 2 figures appeared at the edge of the property line. One tall, one smaller. The taller one stayed at the road, while the other crept toward the gate.
So what should we
and
do to
started
celebrate
filming.
Easter?
A voice whispered, "This one's loose. We can make it look like it's falling apart." Then the other voice,
What?
unmistakably Karen's, replied, "Good. Get some shots."
What
for
should
the
we do to
report.
celebrate Easter?
If we do this right, we can force a takedown order. I paused
some
the
cod.
footage and stared at the screen. She actually said it. She was planning to fake code violations.
Should we
and
get the
stage
win?
photos to make it look like I was running a dangerous structure. That would be petty enough. But to actually damage my fencing? That was criminal trespass and tampering. I downloaded
Shot
the
me.
footage, saved it on 2 drives, and texted Deputy Torres. "You're going to love this one. Bring popcorn." He showed up by late morning. I played the footage for him. He didn't say anything at first, just crossed his arms and watched. When the sound clip played, he let out a low whistle. "She just walked herself into a felony," he said, then cracked a grin.
What's he doing?
"Think she'll enjoy her 15 minutes of
I'm
intro?"
gonna glide over there.
I shrugged. Not as much as I would.
Hey, listen,
We
listen. Turn
didn't
mic
move
open.
on her immediately.
Oh no.
That would have been too clean, too forgettable. I wanted it to stick, not just in the legal system, but in public memory. So we waited. 3 days later, the monthly community town hall rolled around. It wasn't a big event. Some announcements, a few neighborly lights, and cheap cookies on folding tables. But the attendance had been growing ever since Karen decided to turn her personal feud into. She showed up early, carrying her clipboard, files, and that smug expression that said she was about to put someone in their place. She took a seat right in front of the mic, probably expecting to be called up for some heroic update. When I arrived with Deputy Torres,
It's not the
room
best
buzzed.
sniper I've ever had.
People knew something was up.
Okay, I got a bounty to hunt for.
Smiling like they'd heard rumors and hoped they were true. I waited until the
I don't know why my mic's not working when I'm in game.
Then stepped forward and asked for a moment to address a recent
There's
issue.
some around here.
Karen perked up like a prairie dog spotting a hawk. She smoothed her blouse and adjusted her chair, assuming she was about to be thanked for her tireless efforts. I didn't say
I was
much.
editing some stuff.
Just plugged in a USB stick, turned toward the projector, and hit play. The room darkened slightly as the footage rolled. 2 shadowy figures, one crouching near my fence, the other whispering close. The sound clip played clearly, and Karen's voice echoed across the screen. "If we do this right, we can force a takedown order." You could hear a pin drop after that. Karen's eyes widened. Her hand reached slowly toward her bag, like she was searching for a fire escape. I let the footage finish. Then I said calmly, "This is a felony under county law. Tampering with agricultural infrastructure, false reporting, and impersonating a regulatory authority." The HOA president turned to her, jaw tight. "Karen, did you really?" But she stood up before he could finish. "This is ridiculous. That footage could be anything."
Dude's just gonna come here and hit him and then
But the
run.
room had already made up its mind. Her voice had been crystal clear. A teenager in the back whispered, "She really said force a takedown, huh?" And the phrase started echoing from one seat to another. People pulled out their phones. Someone was already uploading the footage online. Karen bolted, mumbling something about slander and legal
I call bull
She
on that.
stormed out of the room. The meeting
Well,
ended.
Easter, Call of Duty. Let's see how this
People gathered
goes.
around, asking
Hello.
laughing, shaking their heads. Deputy
Don't throw a
Torres
rock
gave
at me.
short statement,
It's Easter.
confirming that the sheriff's fence was legal and that further legal action was being pursued against
Sup?
those who tampered with private property. I didn't gloat, didn't smile.
Oh no,
Just
dude! I hope you win this
hands in my
gulag.
jacket pockets, letting the silence of realization hang.
Win the gulag.
The people could decide what came next. Karen disappeared for a few days after that. No drone,
Win this.
no clipper, no late night complaints.
Yeah, good job.
She stayed parked in her driveway like a sulking child. But she wasn't off the hook.
Okay, let's
The
think I'm by
county's
myself.
legal team had reviewed the footage, cross-checked the metadata, and had already
Darn it, I'm by
records of a similar
myself.
false
Okay.
complaint she filed in another neighborhood before.
What do you think I should do?
They were building a case. And the best part? I didn't have to lift a finger. Her pride had done the heavy lifting. Torres texted me later that night. Just 3 words. Boomerang in flight. I laughed, leaned back on my porch, and looked out over the field. The dogs were sleeping under the stars. The sheep were bedded down near the fence.
Good luck. I am very sorry.
Still unbothered.
Very sorry for that.
But I knew there was one chapter left in the story. The part where the boomerang actually hit. I know, it was coming fast. The papers were delivered.
I feel bad for that, what I did to him.
To a manila envelope that landed with a soft thud.
Why does that make me feel so bad? Because I just
charges,
come out of nowhere.
Filing a false report, tampering with agricultural infrastructure, and impersonation of a county inspector. The warrant for her associate had already been served 2 days earlier, and she folded like a lawn chair in a thunderstorm. By the time Karen opened that envelope, the county knew everything. The staged photos, the fake notice, even the glittering map she used to mark her so-called evidence. Her name had gone from gossip in coffee shops to front-page news, and there was no climbing out of it now. Not with the footage. Not with the recordings. And definitely not with the smug speech she gave at the town hall that had already gone viral with the title. Karen tries to frame a sheriff, ends up framing herself. By midweek, the story had hit the regional news circuit. The local anchor introduced it with a smirk barely hidden behind
I'm gonna find that dude again so I could...
Tonight, a sheriff's fence becomes the center of an escalating feud that ends in criminal charges. And yes, it involves a Karen. They played the footage. Her voice rang out over the airwaves, and the image of her pointing at my gate like it was a battlefield flag was plastered across every news segment. Online, the memes spread fast. Someone edited her into a courtroom yelling at a fence. Another superimposed her face onto a medieval painting, shouting, "This is not aesthetic compliance." It wasn't just a legal loss. It was a public reckoning. The HOA board scrambled to distance themselves. 2 members resigned within days, claiming they'd been misled by Karen and never endorsed her behavior. One of them even left a handwritten apology. It was short but sincere. "We didn't know she was this far gone. Sorry you had to deal with that." I didn't respond. Didn't need to. Their silence was apology enough. The community had seen it all now. The tantrums, the lies, the desperate attempts to weaponize bureaucracy against someone she didn't.
Yeah.
And once exposed, Karen's influence vanished like fireworks. Deputy Torres told me the court process would be straightforward. Her associate had already
I can't help that.
Exchange for testimony.
It's my background.
The trail was solid. Karen,
Yeah,
ever defiant,
I'm mute down
had
there.
hired an out-of-town lawyer known for flashy stunts and courtroom dramatics. That didn't worry me. Facts beat theatrics. And besides, the judge assigned to the case was an old rancher who wore boots under his robe and once told a guy to apologize to that cow and get out of my sight. Torres and I chuckled at the thought of Karen trying to explain the concept of psychological fence posture to him. I didn't attend the arraignment. Didn't need to. But I heard about it. The courtroom was packed. Locals had shown up just to watch, treating it like community theater. Karen arrived overdressed in a pastel blazer, trying to look innocent and dignified. The prosecutor laid out the facts with surgical calm, the false report.
I'm very sorry what I had to do to you.
Karen's lawyer tried to pivot the story into a
Car 98.
wrongly silenced, but the judge wasn't buying. At one point, he interrupted with, "So you're telling me she thought the sheriff was a threat because his fence was too well built?" The gallery laughed. Karen didn't. Sentencing would take time, but the damage to her image was already irreversible. Her real punishment wasn't going to be a fine or community service. It was the way people
Is this better?
Avoided her at the store. Crossed the street when she appeared.
Right there.
She'd spent months trying to make herself the face of order, of standards, of righteousness. Now, she was the face of petty control gone wrong, and it stuck to her like mud after a rain. A week later, I was back at the fence, tightening a few bolts, making sure everything was solid. That same fence she had sworn was some kind of monstrosity. That same fence she tried to tear down with lies and glittery paper.
Wait, someone here?
It stood quiet, sturdy, doing its job like it always had. A truck rolled up slow on the gravel, and I turned, half expecting another agency or complaint. But it was a young man, new to the area, wearing jeans and a ball cap. He got out, walked over, and extended a hand. "You're Sheriff Dalton, right?" I nodded. Heard about the fence stuff. Just wanted to say, hell of a way to hold the line. I chuckled and shook his hand. Sometimes the fence isn't the problem. It's who's screaming at it. He laughed, thanked me, and drove off. The sun was just starting to set, casting long shadows over the pasture, lighting the wood with a warm glow. My dogs barked once from the porch, then settled back into their watchful night. Everything was still. Everything was peaceful.
Why did you do that?
For the first time in weeks, there was no buzzing drone in the sky, no HOA letters, no shouts from across the road. Just quiet, earned quiet. Later that evening, as I sat on the porch with a cup of coffee, Torres sent me one last clip. It was security footage from town. Karen, at the community board, pulling down her last remaining flyers. Alone. No audience. No clipboard brigade. Just her, muttering under her breath, trying to erase the evidence of her campaign. But it didn't matter. People remembered. Not just what she did, but how calmly, how patiently she'd been outclassed. I took a sip of my coffee and looked at the fence one more time. It hadn't changed.
Another most wanted over here.
Same rails, same purpose. The only thing different was that now, the whole county knew what it represented. Not division, not defiance, just boundaries. Simple, solid boundaries. And the reminder that when someone crosses them with bad intent, there's still law and order on the other side.
Today, the HOA sent me a $10,000 fine for grass install. The same day I decided to turn
I won't kill you, I won't kill you.
Outdoor shooting range on the Texas border, just 800 feet from Karen's house.
Listen.
Our HOA president, they didn't know I had a law degree and was a former Special Forces veteran. They also didn't know that this little range
Dude just breached and died.
My grandfather left me, a man who fought for this country. I wasn't about to let some suit-wearing, self-appointed neighborhood representatives take this place from me. Where are you watching this video from? Drop a comment below if you've ever had trouble with your HOA. I promise this story will leave your jaw on the floor. I remember staring at that letter, printed on cream-colored paper with the Lakeside Estates HOA letterhead, feeling my blood pressure rising with each word I read. $10,000 for grass that was maybe 2 inches over their arbitrary height requirement. This wasn't the first letter, but it was definitely the most outrageous. I'd received notices about my American flag being displayed inappropriately. It wasn't. About my truck being an eyesore. It wasn't. And about the small collection of military memorabilia visible from my front porch. Apparently disturbing to the neighborhood aesthetic. Each violation came with increasingly hefty fines, but this one took the cake. I crumpled the paper and tossed it onto my kitchen counter, next to a pile of similar notices that had arrived over the past 3 months. Something didn't add up. I'd lived here for 5 years with minimal HOA interaction, and suddenly I was public enemy number 1? My grandfather had owned this land since the 1960s, long before Lakeside Estates sprouted up around it. The developers had somehow convinced him to incorporate the front 5 acres into their precious HOA, but the back 15 remained gloriously free of their jurisdiction, a fact I was increasingly grateful for. The knock on my door came around 7 p.m. that evening. Michael Chen, my neighbor from 2 properties over, stood on my porch.
I'm right now trying my best to survive.
Mason, got a minute? He asked, glancing over his shoulder as if worried about being seen. Michael was a math teacher at the local high school, quiet and reserved, but we'd always been friendly. I invited him in, offered him a beer, which
I am a terrible driver.
and waited as he gathered his thoughts. I think you should know something, he finally said, his voice low. At the last HOA meeting, when they thought most people had left, Victoria Harrington was talking about your property. She said, and I'm quoting here, "We need to make living here so expensive for Caldwell that he has no choice but to sell." Michael looked up at me, his expression grim. "They're targeting you, Mason, and it's not just about community standards. That night, I dug through county records online
Is someone here?
for any information that might explain this sudden offensive. It didn't take long to find it. Harrington Estates, the development company owned by Victoria's husband Richard, had filed preliminary paperwork for a luxury resort development. The proposed location, right on the lake, encompassing several current properties, including mine. My land, with its unobstructed view of the lake and the mountains beyond, was prime real estate, and they wanted it badly enough to play dirty. The monthly HOA meeting was scheduled for the following evening. I hadn't attended one in years, but I ironed my best shirt, polished my combat boots to a mirror shine, and walked into that community center like I was walking into battle. Victoria Harrington had the pool table, her blonde hair pulled
camping
back,
right.
designer glasses perched on her nose. She faltered me when she saw me take a seat in the front row. "Mr. Caldwell," she said, a smile not reaching her eyes. "What a pleasant surprise. We were just discussing the landscaping issues on Lakeview Drive." "I'm sure you were," I replied, matching her fake smile with one of my own. "Actually, I'd like to
Level
discuss
44.
some pattern of harassment disguised as HOA violations being directed at my property." A murmur went through the room. Most of these people were my neighbors, some friends, some just familiar faces. They seemed surprised by my accusation, which told me Victoria had been keeping her vendetta relatively quiet. I laid out the timeline of violations, showing photos of my property that clearly contradicted many of the claimed infractions. I was building my case methodically, just as Elena, my old college friend turned property lawyer, had advised. Victoria's composure cracked when I mentioned the resort development. "That project is still in preliminary planning," she snapped.
Where'd Grandma go?
Nothing to do with HOA business.
Grandpa?
But the damage was done. I could see the
Grandpa?
realization dawning on several faces in the room.
Where's
This
Grandma?
wasn't about community standards. It was about forcing people out for profit. Besides, Victoria continued, her voice taking on a
Hey,
constant
another
Your
round.
property has become an eyesore. That, military paraphernalia and that giant flag, it's not the aesthetic our community strives for. And frankly,
I was trying to see if I can get the
background,
1911s to
some
test
residents have
out.
expressed concerns about stability. There it was, the thinly veiled reference to my military service. The implication that I was somehow damaged or dangerous because I'd served my country. I felt a cold calm settle over me, the kind that used to come before a mission. "Mrs. Harrington," I said evenly, "if you're questioning my stability because I served this country, I suggest you choose your next words very carefully." The room had gone deathly quiet. Victoria must have realized she'd crossed the line because she backpedaled quickly, assuring everyone that she meant no disrespect to veterans, but the mask had slipped, and everyone had seen what was underneath. As the meeting wrapped up, she approached me, her smile back in place, but her eyes still tight. "If you can't pay the fund and comply with our regulations, we'll be forced to place a lien on the property, Mr. Caldwell. Nobody wants to live next to someone who can't maintain what they say." I leaned in close, keeping my voice low but firm, and misjudging who you're dealing with, Mrs. Harrington. "I may not have your money, but I have something more valuable. I know the law." The flicker of uncertainty in her eyes gave me a grim satisfaction. As I walked home that night, my mind was already working through possibilities. They wanted to play financial warfare? Fine, but they forgot one thing. I was trained to fight on all fronts. The next morning, I called Elena Rodriguez. We'd been close in college before life took us in different directions. Me to the military and her to law school. She specialized in property law now and had a reputation for fighting against corporate land grabs. "Mason Caldwell," she said when she picked up, her voice warm with surprise. "It's been, what, 3 years?" We caught up briefly before I explained my situation. There was a long pause after I finished.
Is someone here?
"Those bastards," she finally said, her voice hard with anger. "You know, Harrington Estates pulled the same thing with my parents' farm when I was in law school. Different tactics, same endgame. I've been waiting for a chance to go up against them. When can you come to my office?" Elena's downtown office was small but efficient, her walls lined with law books and framed degrees. She listened intently as I showed her all the documentation,
Oh no.
occasionally making notes or asking clarifying questions. "Okay," she said finally, spreading a survey map across her desk. "Here's the good news. You're right about the HOA jurisdiction. Based on these original property records, only your front 5 acres fall within their authority. The rest is completely outside their reach." She tapped the map, her expression thoughtful. "And here's the interesting part. They actually modified the HOA boundaries 3 years ago in a way that incorporated more of your land than was in the original agreement your grandfather signed. That modification might not be legally binding, since it appears they didn't get proper consent from all affected property owners. Over the next week, Elena and I dug deeper. We discovered the HOA had quietly changed several bylaws over the years, each time making it easier to force out non-compliant residents. We found previous cases where Harrington estates had used similar tactics to acquire prime properties. And most interestingly, we uncovered a financial scandal involving Victoria Harrington from a decade ago. Embezzlement charges that had mysteriously disappeared after key evidence went missing. This is gold, Elena said, holding up the court documents. Not directly relevant to your case, but it speaks to character. And if we need leverage, well, she smiled, and I was reminded why we've been friends. Elena didn't just know the law, she knew how to win. Sheriff Jake Thompson was my next stop. He'd been friends with my grandfather, and while he maintained professional neutrality in his disputes, he was a straight shooter who valued truth. I found him at the local diner, nursing a cup of coffee after his shift. "Heard you're stirring up trouble with the Harringtons," he said as I slid into the booth across from him. His tone was neutral, but there was a twinkle in his eye. Granddad would be proud. He never did like how they moved in and started changing everything. We talked for nearly an hour. Jake couldn't officially take sides, but he shared some interesting insights about other residents who've been pressured to sell, about noise complaints that had been selectively enforced, and about Richard Harrington's connections with certain county officials. "Just be careful," he advised as we parted. "Victoria's the obvious threat, but Richard's the dangerous one. He plays the long game." Back home, I spread everything out on my dining room table. Maps, documents, notes from my conversations with Elena and Jake. The pattern was clear. The Harringtons wanted my land for their resort development, and they were using the HOA as their weapon. But they'd made a critical mistake in assuming I'd cave under pressure. I'd survived worse than some uptight HOA president with delusions of grandeur. As I studied the property maps again, an idea began to form. The back 15 acres of my property, the part outside HOA jurisdiction, bordered directly on Victoria and Richard's massive lakeside mansion. Their pristine backyard with its infinity pool and manicured gardens was less than a quarter mile from my property line. And Texas law was very clear about what activities were permitted on private land in unincorporated areas. I made 3 calls that night. The first was to Elena, confirming the legality of what I was
Hey, listen.
The second was to my old army buddy Ryan, who now runs a
Listen,
shooting range
listen.
in Austin. And the
You
third
don't know
was
if you
to
got
the
game
county
chat
clerk's
on.
office, leaving a message about filing for a business permit first thing in the morning. Victoria thought she could drive me out with fines for tall grass. Let's see how she felt about the sound of gunfire at 8 a.m. every Sunday morning, just when she hosted her famous champagne brunches by the pool. The business permit application process was surprisingly straightforward. Caldwell Tactical Range, I wrote on the form, detailing plans for a moderately sized outdoor shooting facility focused on responsible gun ownership, veteran support, and community education. Because the land was outside city limits and zoned agricultural, there were minimal restrictions. I included detailed safety protocols, noise mitigation strategies, though purposely not enough to completely eliminate the sound, and environmental protection measures. When the clerk raised an eyebrow at the location, I merely smiled and said, "Family land, been in our name for generations." While waiting for the permit approval, I didn't stay idle. I reached out to local veteran groups, offering free memberships and specialized programs. I contacted responsible gun owners clubs, pitching my range as a safe, properly managed alternative to the makeshift shooting spots in the desert. And I started clearing the land, marking out firing lanes and planning the infrastructure. All perfectly legal activities that coincidentally involved a fair amount of noise during daylight hours, especially when Ryan brought over some heavy equipment to help with the earth movement. It took exactly 3 days for Victoria. I was measuring out the main firing line when her Mercedes came screeching to a halt at the edge of my property. She emerged like a hurricane in designer clothes, her face flushed with anger. "What do you think you're doing?" she demanded, teetering across the uneven ground in her impractical heels. I straightened up, wiping my hands on my jeans before answering. "Developing my property, Mrs. Harrington. Well outside HOA jurisdiction, I might add." Her eyes narrowed as she took in the partially cleared land, the stakes marking out clearly shooting ranges. "You can't put a shooting range here," she sputtered. It's completely legal," I finished for her. "I've already filed all the necessary paperwork. Would you like to see the copies? My lawyer made sure everything's in order." The HOA emergency meeting called the following evening was packed. Word had spread quickly, and residents were curious, some concerned, others secretly amused by Victoria's obvious distress. This proposed facility, she was saying as I walked in, would create unacceptable noise levels and potentially dangerous conditions near our family homes. I waited until she'd finished her opening remarks before raising my hand. If I may, I said, standing to address the room. First, the range will be built to exceed all safety requirements. Second, it will operate only during reasonable hours. And third, it's worth noting that the property in question is not within HOA jurisdiction. I'm attending this meeting as a courtesy to my neighbors. A heated discussion followed. Some residents shared Victoria's concerns, while others, particularly those who'd also faced HOA pressure, were more supportive. Michael Chen spoke up unexpectedly, pointing out that the HOA had never objected to the Harringtons' late-night pool parties that often violated noise ordinances. Another neighbor, Sarah Williams, questioned why there was such opposition to a facility that could provide safety training for the community. Throughout it all, Victoria became increasingly flustered, especially when I calmly countered each objection with well-researched responses. By the meeting's end, the room was divided, but Victoria's absolute authority had been visibly shaken. The next day, Richard Harrington appeared at my door. Unlike his wife, he was calm, composed, and straight to the point. "Let's discuss this like businessmen," he said, settling into my living room with the ease of someone accustomed to getting his way. "I understand you're upset about the HOA notices. Perhaps we've been overzealous. I'm prepared to make those fines disappear," and he paused, studying me carefully, "to offer you twice the market value for your property. Cash deal, quick closing, no complications." His smile didn't reach his eyes. "You could buy a much nicer place without all this." He gestured vaguely. "Conflict." I let the silence stretch between us, watching him try to hide his impatience. Finally, I leaned forward. "Mr. Harrington, this land isn't just property to me. It's my grandfather's legacy. He taught me to stand up for what's mine, and that's exactly what I'm doing." Richard's smile tightened. "Be reasonable, Caldwell. You can't win against us. I have connections throughout the county. The threat was thinly veiled, but I had faced down worse than a rich man used to getting his way. And I have the law on my side," I replied evenly, "plus a growing list of your neighbors who are tired of being bullied by your wife and her rules." His expression darkened. "You'll regret this decision." As I showed him out, I couldn't help but add, "By the way, you're all invited to our grand opening. I'll be sure to send Victoria a special invitation." As Richard's car disappeared down the driveway, I felt a mix of satisfaction and trepidation. I'd just declared war on two of the most powerful people in the county, but as my grandfather used to say, sometimes you have to stand your ground, even when, especially when, the odds seem stacked against you. The permit
I'm doing pretty well this
the
match.
following week, and construction began in earnest. Word spread throughout the community, and surprisingly, offers of help started coming in. Veterans offering their expertise, neighbors with construction skills volunteering their time. What had started as my personal battle was evolving into something bigger, a stand against the unchecked power the Harringtons had wielded for too long. 3 weeks later, I mailed out the invitations. Pale pink cardstock with elegant cursive writing, exactly the kind of thing Victoria would use for her social gatherings. Inside was information about the Caldwell Tactical Range grand opening, complete with free demonstrations, safety classes, and a community barbecue. Each envelope also contained a small brochure detailing the sound specifications of various firearms, with particular emphasis on how far certain sounds could travel across open water, like for instance a lake separating a shooting range from a mansion with an infinity pool. The date was set for the first Sunday of next month, precisely when Victoria's renowned champagne brunch would be taking place. I should have expected the Harringtons to fight back. 3 days after the invitations went out, a temporary barrier appeared at the entrance to my property. Construction barriers with official-looking "road closed for maintenance" signs. The county maintenance department seemed confused when I called. They had no scheduled work in the area. By afternoon, Sheriff Thompson had the barriers removed, citing lack of proper permits, but the message was clear. The Harringtons were mobilizing their resources. Next came the sudden review of my business permit. A county official called, explaining that due to community concerns, they needed to conduct additional safety inspections before my grand opening. When I pressed for details about these concerns, he became vague and uncomfortable.
This one knocked me another seat of gas, so next gas.
Buddies in the permit office. Classic delay tactic, she explained over coffee at her office. They can't legally deny your permit without cause, but they can slow walk the process, hoping to derail your timeline. She tapped her pen against her legal pad, thinking. We need to get ahead of their next move. Any idea what that might be?
Make sure to keep it stocked on all the cash I need.
The local newspaper ran a prominent story about community concerns over proposed gun range, featuring quotes from worried residents about noise, safety, and property values. Victoria was quoted extensively expressing her deep concern for the children of our community. What the article failed to mention was that most of these worried residents served on committees chaired by Victoria, or that the reporter's wife worked for Harrington Estate. Michael texted me as soon as the paper hit driveways. Saw the hit piece. Don't worry, people know it's BS. But later that day he called with more troubling news. Victoria cornered me in the school parking lot, he said, his voice tight with anger. Said if I kept supporting your dangerous project, the school board might reconsider my contract. She's on the Education Foundation board, Mason. She could make trouble for me. The intimidation wasn't limited to Michael. Other supporters reported similar encounters, subtle threats about business permits, zoning issues, even taxes. Victoria was leveraging every connection she had, and in a small county, those connections ran deep. It was time to change tactics. If the Harringtons wanted to play in the court of public opinion, I could play that game too. With Elena's help, I created a simple website, HOA Nightmare Stories, inviting residents to anonymously share their experiences with Lakeside Estates HOA. Within days, we had dozens of submissions, stories of selective enforcement, arbitrary fines, and bullying behavior. We didn't publish Victoria's name, but the patterns were clear to anyone who read the accounts. Meanwhile, I continued preparations for the range opening, now with additional safety measures that even the most thorough inspector couldn't fault. Ryan brought in his best instructors to help set up, all veterans with impeccable credentials. We worked through the inspection delays, documenting everything meticulously to prevent further interference. The community response was encouraging. Despite the newspaper article, interest in the range was growing, particularly among local law enforcement officers who'd been driving over an hour to the nearest decent facility. Victoria's next move was bold, even for her. At a special HOA meeting, she proposed a 300% increase in association fees. Properties engaged in activities detrimental to community values. The definition of detrimental activities was conveniently vague and subject to board interpretation. It was a direct attack, designed to financially cripple me while avoiding the legal issues of targeting my business directly. She clearly hadn't expected me to attend the meeting, much less come prepared. As she wrapped up her proposal, looking smugly confident, I raised my hand. Before we vote, I think everyone should hear something, I said, pulling out my phone. I'd suspected Victoria might try something like this, and had come prepared with a small audio device at the last regular meeting. Now, I played back her candid comments to Richard after most people had left. These middle-class nobodies don't understand quality. We need to push out the undesirables before they drag down property values. The room erupted. Victoria's face went from shocked to furious as her own words echoed through the community center. Several board members looked deeply uncomfortable, and residents were shouting questions and objections. In the chaos, I caught Michael's eye across the room. He gave me a slight nod of approval. The meeting dissolved without a vote on the fee increase, with Victoria storming out amid calls for her resignation. It was a significant victory, but I knew the war was far from over. The Harringtons had too much at stake to surrender over one embarrassing revelation. That night, as I was reviewing safety protocols for the range, Elena called with new information. "You need to see this," she said without preamble. "I've been digging into the Harrington Estates filings, and something doesn't add up. The environmental impact studies for the resort project, they're almost identical to reports filed for 3 other developments, just with the names changed. I think they're falsifying data to fast-track approval. This was bigger than our HOA dispute. It pointed to systematic corruption." "Keep digging," I told her, "and be careful. Victoria's desperate now, and desperate people make dangerous enemies." As Victoria's support within the HOA crumbled, I couldn't help but reflect on the irony. She'd forgotten a basic rule of warfare. Never underestimate your enemies when you back them into a corner, especially when that enemy knows how to use both the law and guns. Elena's discovery about the falsified environmental
There's a helicopter in the air.
Over the next 2 weeks, we uncovered a pattern of concerning practices within Harrington Estates. Questionable land deals, possible bribery of local officials, and environmental violations that had been systematically covered up. Most troubling was evidence suggesting Victoria had deliberately manipulated HOA boundaries and bylaws without proper member approval, potentially invalidating years of HOA action. "This isn't just unethical," Elaine said, reviewing the documents from across my dining room table. Some of this is straight up illegal. The question is, what do we do?
I didn't mean to do that. Wait.
When Sheriff Thompson called. Mason, thought you should know. There's talk about Mr. Mason denied on a technicality. Can't say where I heard it, but you might be ahead of this.
Bruh, I still got the good log. Yes, I still got good log.
County Planning Commission meeting. They can't deny a permit that meets all legal requirements without putting themselves at risk, she explained. But they'll try to find a loophole.
Oh my god.
Be there to counter whatever they throw.
First time dying on the whole match. Let's see how good I can do.
A stately building that had seen its share of local drama over the decades. Richard Harrington was there, looking uncharacteristically tense as he spoke quietly about 2 commission members before the meeting began. When he spotted Elena and me, his expression darkened momentarily before he composed himself and nodded stiffly in my direction. The meeting proceeded through routine.
Good job, dude. Good job.
Item about my permit. The commission chairman, a thin man named Dawson who'd clearly been prepped, cited newly raised concerns about watershed impact as grounds for potentially denying the application. Elena was on her feet immediately, presenting documentation showing we'd already addressed all environmental concerns, had implemented additional protections beyond requirements, and were fully compliant with all relevant regulations. Furthermore, she added coolly, I find it interesting that these concerns arise only for Mr. Caldwell's modest range, but not for the massive resort development being planned by Harrington Estates, a development that coincidentally would have a far greater impact on the same watershed. She then distributed copies of the suspiciously similar environmental reports we discovered, along with a legal brief outlining the potential violations involved. My client is prepared to pursue all legal remedies if his permit is denied without valid cause, including filing complaints with state regulatory agencies regarding these inconsistencies. The commission members looked distinctly uncomfortable as they examined the documents. Richard's face was thunderous.
Bruh, how?
After a brief, whispered consultation, Chairman Dawson cleared his throat.
I got 16 kills this round.
Provided, I see no reason to delay Mr. Caldwell's permit any further.
It's annoying because this dude camping.
Final inspection. As we left the courthouse, Richard caught up to us in the parking lot. You're making a serious
got killed by a camper.
His voice low and controlled, despite the anger in his eyes. This isn't just
I quick scoped someone out of the helicopter like you did.
Elena stepped between us. Her expression professional.
I saw the helicopter. I'm like, just start sniping the dude in the helicopter. Dude starts talking like, bro, because I heard the knock sound.
Back at home, I found Victoria waiting on my porch, which was both surprising and concerning. She'd never come alone before.
Oh, 14,000 XP.
Perfectly coiffed appearance, her hair was slightly disheveled, and her eyes had the intensity of someone pushed to their limit. This has gone.
I am so close to getting it. Another round.
Destroying everything we've built in this community. I invited her inside. Mostly.
I was just honestly, I died around 20th, no, 40th place, and that was like my first death.
She continued, her voice rising. But you have no idea who you're dealing with. My husband's family has been shaping this county for generations. You're nothing.
Because I killed someone by meleeing them, but didn't get time to pop the armor because the dude's teammates rushed to me.
The carefully constructed facade of community leader crumbled to reveal the entitled, desperate person beneath. When she finally paused for breath, I spoke quietly. Victoria,
it was the dudes in the helicopter that rushed to me after I knocked their teammate.
Now it's about accountability. You've been running this community like your personal fiefdom, breaking rules and bullying people who get in your way. That ends now. Her face contorted with rage. I will bury you, she hissed. By the time I'm done, you'll wish you'd taken Richard's offer.
I'm gonna start up another match.
Back to her car, I noticed a small red light blinking in my porch eaves. My security camera, capturing every word and gesture of her unhinged threat. That evening, as I reviewed
I have half a left for the XP.
It was Richard
for the drill.
His voice subdued and business.
I just need half, at least 40,000 more.
The diner on Highway 16 tomorrow.
I think so. I don't know total.
He hung up before I could respond. I immediately called Elena and Sheriff Thompson, letting them both know about the meeting. Could be a trap, could be a genuine overture. Either way, you shouldn't go alone. Thompson agreed to have a deputy, coincidentally, have breakfast at the diner, while Elena would be in the booth nearby. Whatever Richard wanted, I'd be there. The diner was nearly empty when I arrived the next morning. Richard sat in the back booth, nursing a cup of coffee and looking like he hadn't slept well. As I slid into the
I'm starting up.
He glanced around to ensure we weren't overheard. Victoria doesn't know I'm here. without preamble. And she can't find out. He looked older than just 56 years.
I'm gonna try my best to view, but I gotta do what I usually do.
Events evidently aligned with his fate. I want to make a deal. Not for the company, for me personally. He pushed a folder across the table. Inside was documentation showing that Victoria had been forging signatures on HOA documents for years, including Richard's own. She's out of control, he said quietly. This resort project has become an obsession for her. But there's something you should know. The real reason she wants your land specifically, he leaned forward, lowering his voice further. There's a pristine aquifer under your property. Water rights in this county are gold, Mason. The resort is just the public face. The real value is controlling that water source for future development. The pieces suddenly clicked into place. The aggressive tactics, the falsified environmental reports, Victoria's increasing desperation. This wasn't just about a luxury resort. It was about controlling a crucial resource in a water-stressed region. Why are you telling me this? I asked, studying Richard's face for deception. He sighed heavily. Self-preservation mostly. I've built my business over 30 years. Victoria's recklessness is going to bring everything down. I'd rather cut a deal now than face what's coming. He outlined his proposal. He would provide evidence of Victoria's illegal activities.
Bruh, how?
Necessary. In exchange for a
Dude camping on the building like usual.
Settlement that would allow him to salvage part of his business. Victoria has been moving assets into her personal accounts for months, he added. I need to protect what I can. As I left the diner, Elena fell into step beside me.
I hate campers.
Well, she asked, her expression concerned. I handed her the folder Richard had given me. We've got them, I said simply. But this just got a lot bigger than an HOA dispute. With Richard's evidence in hand, Elena suggested we needed to proceed strategically. This isn't just about winning your battle anymore, she explained as we organized the documents in her office. This is about systematic corruption that affects the entire community. We need to build an airtight case. Over the next few days, we worked methodically, corroborating Richard's claims with our own research and evidence from other affected residents. The picture that emerged was damning. Victoria had used the HOA as a personal enforcement arm, targeting properties she...
You wanna join me?
I can't. You got my...
I'm not in your account, Grandpa. I'm on mine playing Warzone.
I'm no good at that.
Come on, just try it out.
I have.
It's different from Fortnite, tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Got an AR.
Oh, heartburn. That would quit.
Can I watch and focus on my match? I'm just trying my best to multitask. Right here. I'm on Call of Duty 6.
Ready for launch.
Come on, join me.
No, I don't want to do that.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Be advised, an enemy squad is tracking your location.
I'm bountied again. How about bounty someone else as well? Bounty with a bounty. Imagine I bounty the people that have me.
Bounty targets identified. Weapons free.
We'll see. I got my bounty. Who?
One girl that used to come visit when we were younger. I remember the time when she came to visit while we weren't home, and we were using one of the cameras that we had on the computer before we had the system. I knew she came to visit that day, her and a friend, and she knew chicken.
Enemy UAV is online.
Yummy. Listen.
I caught me.
I'm getting closer to my bounty.
Ah, man, I see your stupidity. How dumb you know.
Oh my.
Who didn't pay electric bills?
Time of flight 5 seconds. Out.
Hello. Hey, listen. Since it's Easter, I'll let you live.
Fire solution was bad. Missed.
I'll kill you. Don't test me. Of course behind me. You're gay enough to go behind. Just murdering everyone on there.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah. Oh man, I was trying to be nice.
That's what always sits.
Why don't you live stream on your side, Grandpa?
Huh?
Why don't you live stream?
I don't want to.
I am live streaming. Yeah, they came behind me and killed me. That's gay. My grandpa's playing Black Ops 3 in the background. Of course, you have the RK Gay. The gay RK5. I know, but you got like 10,000 kills with it.
You do that?
You got 2,000 or 1,000, I don't know exactly.
I like using this.
You use it too much. I can't mention my shotgun. We don't mention my shotguns on zombies.
Enemy soldier incoming. Check weapons and gear. We're holding for the.
Okay, we're dropping. Someone here.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Play time zone. Stand by for the war zone.
I'll try and see if my grandpa wants to join. But he doesn't like Warzone. I could have done Black Ops 3. But I don't got PlayStation Plus. If I could have one, did me and you?
Battle Royale. You've got gas closing in fast. Some time into the safe zone. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Cut it. 75.
out the enemy.
I just killed 1 million zombies. Why is no one helping?
I already got sniper again. Sniper and a KGC. KRIJGC. Don't know what kind of gun that is. It's an AR, I know that. You run out of ammo again?
Yeah.
Let's stay healthy.
Man, don't try me.
That's the motherfucker.
Objective simple.
Oh,
Eliminate all bounty targets.
jeez. Man, you guys got quick scoped like that.
That stripper must have stolen my money.
I got a bounty target over here.
Marking target location. Don't worry, guys. Nikolai is coming for you. Come, baby. We do the 59, eh?
All bounty targets destroyed. Hell of a job. Gas is moving. Hostile UAV in the area.
Shit! This place is full of sticks! Uh-oh. That sounds like trouble.
Okay.
Hey, communist aggression, filthy worm train! Die now, son of a bitch!
That's embarrassing for that to happen. Oh, perfect. That's hard. I know that helicopter's smoking. Right, they're running! That's no fair. That ruins the fun.
That will keep them out for a while.
Imagine running because of a literal bullet. Hey, listen, I think you're kinda messed up. Always look behind you.
It's over. Why can I see so clearly now? Please, I have no job. I made a very big mess.
Got Nikolai in the background.
Come, Sook. I have vodka for you.
Eliminate hostiles and secure supply caches. Get rid of them.
Someone snipe me?
Using equipment. Why am I so heavy now?
UAV available for tasking.
Operator establishing score stream.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
UAV standing by.
I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
You know what I mean?
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone.
Timeline expired. UAV exit the AO.
You fall like coddled bourgeois.
You know what I mean?
Die, slime thing! Die!
Enemy
Die!
UAV is online.
Calling in score stream. Oh, that smells disgusting. Like my ps4Live. She's pretty and smelly. Weird color.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Proper socialist reform. Why am I so heavy now?
UAV available for tasking.
Operator establishing score stream.
Good work, soldier. Gas is closing in.
UAV is single fuel. Returning to base.
I might have let you live. My tap is now double.
Oh, jeez.
Good.
Talking about multiple people on you. Just one of those out.
Marking target location.
Another kill. Oh, you saw that? I located him with my drone. That's what I've been using. I still got the gulag on hand. The person here I see on the map. The star. I forgot what the stars mean. Isn't that like a... Oh no, it's a crown player.
Die, demon hell pigs!
It's the most wanted. More money. Oh, another drone. Man, drones are my best. Oh wait, this car. Oh, that was a hit. Come back, come back. Oh!
Nikolai cannot die! Hey, the drives! Good ends of the road! Let's stay healthy!
Gas mask is out.
Right between the cars are!
Captain closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Wait, what? Well, looks like I'm back in the gulag. Yay. I loved going to the stupid gulag. Oh wait, looks like I'm up.
Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
Throwing.
I had to spray him down like that.
Losing ground. Moving.
Just loot here and grab a quick. Oh, come on, not the LMGs.
Oh, yeah. This will make demon holes nicely. Nikolai will show them the way back to hell now.
I love Nikolai's voice lines. I got my sniper back.
Let's play fetch the grenade, demon spawn.
Sorry for the Call of Duty zombies in the background. Got drone again. Come on. Fill an armor real quick. And then go drone. There we go. And then missiles.
Maybe I should just drink instead. Hit on someone.
Well. Made well.
There's a fight over here and go kill.
Get after him.
Must play fair. All good. I don't have to do anything. Vodka for everybody!
There's 2 more kills added. I got 16. Let's try this over here. We got bounty go for.
Just to the doctor.
Right.
I have missed you.
See? Snipe down and finish. Swan,
Enemies are
reload.
dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
16 rounds, out.
Crack. Hear me?
You've got gas moving in.
Hello? How was your Easter? This is your target. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No!
Defeated!
Hey,
You loser!
we finally died after a little. How much kills did we get this round? 19 kills. How much would that give me? I'm doing a little better in Warzone by myself. Well, that was a bad voice mess up. Okay, where's that vent at? I got 19 kills that round. Oh, super! Look at my XP to the nail gun. Super, you here? Wait, who joined me? I usually don't get people joining me in here. Hello, infected.
Yo.
Can you let me know when you're in here next time? I was almost about to start.
Oh, no, you good. My bad. I just saw you streaming. I just joined up.
Oh, wait. Is this Demon or someone else?
This is definitely somebody else.
Okay. I didn't realize you were watching my stream.
Yeah, I like the stream like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. I don't get much people watching my streams when I am doing stuff. But if you want to join in, you're fine.
Alright, then let's do it then.
Just don't mind my prestige.
What you mean?
I'm prestige 5.
Prestige? I'm great. I'm not even prestige yet. Nah,
I am so close getting the nail gun super.
the nail gun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the event right now. See? I can show you right now. I need only, I think, I have 593,995 out of 617,000.
Nah, I got.
What are you doing?
I've never played Big Map, I don't think. Yet.
Oh, you joining in?
I don't know if I can do that.
You want to stream from your side so we can see from both sides? Okay. Listen, I am not the best at this, but I at least try to. I need to snipe someone out of the helicopter again. Hey, infected.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard it. I heard what you said. I was like, oh, I know that.
Do you know what a Mastercraft is?
Nah, I don't know.
Dude, this dude up here. Wait. Hello. You never shoot me with explosives. I will beat your neck open.
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Okay. So, let's do a quick return to lobby because I have someone else joining in with us.
Alright, bet. So you said go back to lobby?
Yeah. I have to leave. I'll leave with you. Okay. I'll invite you, Grandpa.
I'm horrible at this game, guys.
What?
I'm horrible at this game.
It's not that boring.
And I'm horrible.
I don't mind you being horrible. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, here it is. I forgot I haven't even prestiged you yet, Grandpa. Click OK. It's the violence and sniping in this game. My grandpa's starting up. Hey, set that as Call of Duty. Here, give me a sec. You might need to equip the headset. I'm using yours. Let me ask Casey if you can borrow hers.
I'll use it.
Give me a sec, dude. I can't hear you because I don't got my headset on.
Sick behind it.
No, just needs to be named Call of Duty. Plug that in and I'll invite you. I am back. I am sorry keeping you hold it up. Click X, Grandpa.
Oh, man.
You gotta claim a lot of event items. Make sure you're trying to find your volume. Your volume key is right here.
There we go.
It's already cranked up. Click X. Okay, I'm gonna invite you. Click circle. Click circle, Grandpa. Click circle. Yes. Invite. Click home. Join. There we go. We got everyone in the party. Is your thing unmuted? Your mic?
Should be. Yeah, there it goes. It's fine. I'm horrible with this game.
No, mic's not unmuted.
Huh?
So it's a little right here. Let me look. There we go. Now it's on.
Now you got lost.
No, it's on.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So effective, meet Grandpa.
Yo.
I'm horrible with this game.
Is it a game? It's a real grandpa.
You rail Grandpa.
Oh, word.
We might have to revive him a lot, so I'm gonna grab a lot of money quests. I'm gonna be the one grabbing money. It's deploying us in.
Use this time for some target practice.
I know.
The real thing's coming.
Okay, I'm in. Click X. Grandpa, deploy parachute.
Dang. Dang.
I almost killed myself.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
You ready? We're deploying to the war zone. I'll mark on the map. I marked the target location. Can you hear infected? No, that's infected. You got Squid Game scan I can equip for you.
Oh, I know I do.
I already marked it. I'll tell you when. Jump. There's a little yellow waypoint. Turn around, Grandpa. Right there, up there. Deploy! You're gonna kill yourself again.
Almost did it again.
Primary objective is to eliminate all targets.
Okay. I forgot about that too.
Do you start with a gun? Yeah.
Yeah, pistol. But you can find loot on the ground.
Enemy UAV is online.
I need to find a weapon here.
Hey, infected. You got a sniper?
Enemies are dropping into the area.
Watch out. It's people. Spring mines. I didn't know he saw the spring mines. Why did he run in there?
Enemy UAV overhead. There's a bounty on you. Eliminate hostiles and secure supply caches to get rid of it.
Hello. You're mine. I'll take you to the corner.
Got one.
I got another.
Aim for the head.
I am taking you to my corner.
About killed me,
but I got him.
Hold triangle, Grandpa.
Oh.
That's all.
That would help.
Infected. Tell me if you die in the gulag.
Squad mates in the gulag.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
survive, they redeploy.
He's dead right now. He has to survive the gulag. Oh, you
Got another one.
pop some armor on. Remember how to pop armor on? Hold triangle.
I can't believe I killed 2 already.
I've killed, I think, 4.
All squad mates are in the safe zone.
Oh, another high value. I'm taking you to my corner.
Squad mates are belly up. They're returning to base.
Another kill. And that should spawn him back in. Welcome back in, Infected.
You've achieved the objective. Enemy soldier incoming.
I told you I got you, Infected.
How's everybody at?
I am going on. I already got 5 kills.
Good go.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I didn't see which way you went.
Oh. Survive the gulag.
Oh, you went inside the thing. Yeah,
I'm captured.
Oh well. I got 2 kills. I can't even.
You guys just survive. You gotta kill him.
Let me out!
I'm down. I give up. Okay, I'm in the gulag.
How the heck did I get out?
Infected, are you alive?
Welcome to the gulag. Fight to win redeployment.
Hi, Grandpa. Oh, you gotta kill him. Gotta kill him with that pistol.
Who?
This person on the other side.
I
I can't move. Oh.
It's fight time.
He's coming in the middle. Watch out.
Your turn, soldier. Stand by.
Behind you. You gotta shoot him a couple more times.
Damn it.
Can't handle
the damn.
Hey, you won. You go back out.
Yay. So get killed again?
I gotta revive Infected after.
Earn redeployment or die trying.
Where you at?
Infected's dead and I'm in the gulag.
Dude, there ain't nothing up here. Fall off. Can't nothing inside that building.
Target down.
You're too slow.
Down.
Okay, I'm back. I'm coming where you at.
I can't find a weapon. There's somebody down there. I got a weapon.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Incoming LBBR.
You're gay for doing that. I'm dead. Yeah, kill people. If you get 4,000 cash, you can buy me back. You need 4,000 to buy me back. You got 3,000.
Looking for armor. I don't see any armor though.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Watch out. Some people nearby.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone.
Dang!
Super, you wanna get on?
Good grenade at me. I cried. I got 2 kills though.
Hey, no worry, we get XP for it at least.
That was crazy though. Hit from the grenade and shot.
It doesn't matter if we died. Oh, we get so much people in here. Oh my god.
What?
We got a whole army. Okay, we'll go to private match.
What?
We got a whole army.
That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Welcome to the whole army. We're starting up a whole match. I didn't realize how much people joined in.
When did I join in? Oh, okay.
Hey, Mark.
I got a little bit delay.
Only 50 players.
I want to try to get 3 kills.
What can we do? This much people.
How you start match? I don't care what we do.
I can't.
I don't think you can play Warzone with
I don't know if I don't know how to do a small private match. We'll do Rebirth solo. Give me a sec, it's setting up. Oh, we got 4 now. We got 4 now. Please don't steal kills. Hi, Jeff. Hi, infected.
Yo, that was my bad, but my game, just went off.
Yeah, I was gonna buy you guys.
I can't hear
him.
Back up. Can't hear him. I can hear you. That's it.
Yep. You only can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you for some reason.
That's weird. Oh yeah, my grandpa is streaming as well.
I'm about to right now.
Yeah,
Vector's about to start his stream.
little one. Huh?
Vector's about to start his own stream.
We'll see.
Jeff, do you got a YouTube account?
Is he around your age?
No, they're around yours, I think, around that. Most people I know on, PlayStation are a little more older than me.
I want to go up there and
Oh, yeah.
Cut, just quick circle.
I ain't got no weapons.
And infected, don't stay off at the start.
You said what?
Don't die off start.
Man, I ain't never died off start.
Are you sure about that?
Stand by for deployment.
Yeah, 100% sure. As long as it's not Fortnite, I've never dying start. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like Fortnite. The new mechanics.
Market, Nathan.
Seriously, my first name?
I will for one.
Call me Bendy, I'm on stream.
Okay, Ben over.
Whatever. I'm trying to mark on tactical map. We'll go there.
Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone.
Jump! Straight down. Straight down, Grandpa. This location straight down, we can head for. Oh, there's a high value I can get.
Oh, my game is not loading.
You good, Grandpa?
Yeah, I'm good.
I got a gas mask.
Not good. What?
Come on. Looking for a weapon.
I do.
Somebody following me up.
I'm a high value now.
I need to put on
You've
the
been marked
finish.
as most wanted target. Kill
Yeah, no
enemies and
finish.
secure supply caches to close the contract on your head.
Try to kill enemies so this high value can end as fast as it can.
FFE, danger close. Over.
The new weapons in here.
I got someone!
Yeah, I seen it.
That helps with the high value.
Not dude up there, not dude up there.
Target eliminated. EOM.
Dude, we already know you're up there.
I got one.
I got him
with a pistol.
Get that dude on the roof.
Where?
Oh, behind me.
Why do I feel like it's only snipers?
That's another kill.
Get those guns. Rocky, do.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm down.
That's the contract done.
Complete.
Who sniped him?
I got him.
Oh, PPSH. Another dude. See ya.
There's a whole bunch of...
I know your armor's cracked. That's another kill. Oh, an upgrade. Hey, who wants a legendary PPSH?
I got it. I'll take that.
I got me a sniper. I've been finding a legendary SMGs. We got a lot of kills so far.
Snipers. Wow. Now what's the leaderboard looking like?
I got
I'm
one.
gonna go do this flag so we can know the next zone. Here's another legendary SMG. Jim. That and dead. I quick scoped the poor dude. Okay, where's that at?
Enemy intel located.
Shit, I'm heading for that.
Intel point to discover the next gas spread.
Can you stay by, lucky guy?
Where you at?
He's going by jet.
No, I'm gonna go do this intel. Or I'm gonna know the next gas zone. Hey, does anyone want to stay with me? Infected. Try to get lucky guy over here. That's Gil.
Oh.
His username's Lucky Guy usually, but it's right now that, so. Can you help him? Because he's still trying to get used to it. Grandpa, I'm marking where I'm at. Go there. You see that flag?
Yeah.
Head there.
Six.
I'm trying to get as much cash off start. That's another done. Oh, it's a high value too. I'm gonna be a. Don't pick me up. I'm grabbing another high value. That's another dead.
Oh, there's people behind us. The building that we just left, there was 2 people in there. I mean, how? Oh,
I got kicked out.
You're the target of a most wanted contract. Eliminate threats and secure supply caches to
We
close.
need more kills.
Enemy UAV is online.
There's a UAV. Watch your backs. Oh, wait. See him. Dead. Hold circle. Hold square, hold square, hold square. Hold square. There you go, you're out.
I got a feeling these are just bots.
I've been over here quick scoping. Where's you at? Lethal.
Is that you?
Nope. Get fried alive! This most wanted's already almost done because how much kills we're getting. I'm gonna do another most wanted. I'm gonna get our percentage high. Let me grab the other most wanted. I'm gonna upgrade my sniper. Oh. Wait, let me grab the most wanted. Before you start killing. I like being most wanted. I'm most wanted now.
There's a bounty on your head. Eliminate hostiles and secure supply
Got you. No, you can't run. Yeah! Another. There's another. We left Grandpa behind.
Yeah, no.
Well, we are just killing everyone.
There's about another
dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
It's on the way, fence me. I'm gonna go pick up Grandpa.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Be careful. Oh, Grandpa just killed someone.
Whoa, I got the layer there.
Dude, someone just tried to shoot me.
Oh, what that is? Oh, I don't want it.
I found another most wanted. I'm gonna wait until mine runs out to grab another. I'm most wanted again.
You're the target of a most wanted contract.
Why do you like being
Eliminate
Where's
threats
that
and
coming
secure
from?
supply
That's where it took almost down.
Don't worry, I already killed them. There's another.
I'm captured.
Oh no.
How many kills you got?
It's on top of your screen.
Oh my god,
I think I got 3.
I am killing everyone I see. Grandpa, don't worry. If you die, you automatically spawn for my most wanted. No, he survived the gulag again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This hit you
This
more
hit you
than
more
5
than
seconds.
a second.
No one behind.
See a helicopter?
I see dude all the way back there running towards like that side.
That
Red dot you.
Oh, somebody just sniped that. Oh, hold on. Right. Oh, 2 dudes on me. Oh my god. I think these are real people.
Bring Bendy right there.
They are not. They are not. I thought they were real people. Very good.
Objective secure. Well done.
There's another one dead.
The AO.
Dude, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. Oh! Go, 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 go. Go meet up Grandpa. He's at zone. There's another high value over there too. I can go kill someone with a high value. And I'm gonna probably find me another. Oh, high value.
Oh, I'm down. I got him, but he got me.
Oh, I see him right
I'm down again.
Cracked. Oh, I saw that.
Almost caught him too. Got him.
Watch up behind you. Someone's trying to snipe me. I can buy him back. I can buy him back. Mark, I see a buying station, but it's risky.
Oh, I see him. Oh my.
Okay. Where? Oh, cars on.
Oh, back up.
Clear the area first.
I'm gonna go buy him back. Welcome back alive, Grandpa.
Dude, right here, crouching.
I'm late. I'm late for it.
Why am I? Oh my gosh. My aim sucks.
Dead.
So, other dude on the right side of the road.
Yeah, I know. I'm heading there now. I want kills.
I don't think I can get out like this.
Oh, he's in the air. Okay. I'm gonna need another UAV.
If you want to craft another, go ahead. I got like 34,000 cash.
Gotta go buy one.
Look at our money.
I got 50 cents.
22K.
You want me to pop a drone out?
What, a bomb drone?
No, I got a scout drone.
Oh yeah. This one I wanted.
I used it to scan the area.
Shut up. Yeah, use that now.
I'm down again, damn it.
Enemy UAV overhead.
How?
I ain't gonna lie, we is kind of leaving them behind, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's someone on him.
Don't worry about me.
It's crazy, there was nobody over there when you were all over there. Now there's somebody over there.
I didn't know I was a pistol.
See him. Cracked. Dead.
That's the one that got me.
Dude, infected. Find a buy station.
Yeah.
So we can buy him back alive.
Oh, I'm not worried about it.
I know, but I want... What, you want the XP?
Well, I need yes.
Yeah, since we're killing everyone, you're going to get most some for the XP, because I got 14 kills.
For the safe zone.
I think I have
Closing in.
See someone.
I don't know. I can't see up there.
Snipe the car.
About
I'm sitting near a spy station with those people. Just be careful. I'm gonna go for the buy station.
14. 14. That must be you.
Yeah.
I'll drive.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, dude almost hit me though. I don't know where he at though.
I'm trying to find the nearest way up. Found it. I'm heading up there now.
What does 35 and 45 does? You tell me four people left?
No, that's her. Oh, the top thing? Yeah. UAV.
What the? Yeah. 34, 40, 40, 44. I got 4 kills.
Yeah, I could have marked it for you for a second. It killed me.
I'm not good at this game.
I'm captured.
I've seen them too. Yeah.
They got us both. Ground post landing far away from them, so. Okay.
Could have killed him.
Infected. I will tell you where he's at.
Alright, bet.
Let's go for center.
The fight is ready.
Crap, I got no.
Be ready.
Oh!
Adam.
Okay, I'm going up.
Do we have enough to load out? We may have enough to use.
Where the hell did that come from?
Sniper.
Marking target.
I'm down.
Again. Freaking sniper, man.
I'm gonna be able to revive.
He's dead.
Yeah, if I go all the way back there, you got him? Alright. Land where I marked. Land at the back of the number.
Okay, I got plenty of cash to buy him back.
Yeah, we can buy him back.
You know what? I can be a high value too.
Get all that nine.
Oh. I literally spawned right above a buy station. I just came back. I can't just die like that.
Oh, you're far.
What's that? High value. Oh, high value's over here. Okay. I'm gonna come on.
I'm dead.
Don't worry, I'm coming high value again.
Sniper right out the air.
He got sniped out of the air.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Don't worry about bringing me back. Just go and play.
No, we'll bring you back.
You've been marked as the most wanted target. Kill enemies and secure.
I really don't mind being high value.
Contract on your head.
Of course, it's freaking.
Literally, this whole round, I've been high value.
Enemy UAV is online.
I'm gonna buy a UAV.
Operator establishing squad. Marking target location.
I don't even know why you tried to run.
Squad's in the safe
I don't
zone.
know why you didn't try to run.
16 rounds, out.
Come on, nah.
Gas is moving.
There's people on the roof.
Snipers in Battle Royale is insane. Why?
Priority tasking request received.
Oh, what the freak?
Enemy UAV overhead. Target grid empty. Negative PDA.
It should be out in the open then. There's people on the roof.
I know. But they're after me. As if this high value ends, you come back alive.
Whoa.
Nope. You gay little rats. 30 seconds. No, no, darn it. Buy me back. You don't got enough. I need. No, you do. Darn it. I'm dead.
Drop me some of your cash. Oh, he's not even over here. Dang. I had a load out of it.
Closing in. Relocating safe zone.
What the?
But if you kill him, we have a. He might be having a lot of cash because the gulag's closed. $500, darn it.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Right, thank you.
Kill the guy with a pistol.
Like, thank you for the donations. Oh, Grandpa, watch out!
I know, damn sniper. Ridiculous. He's up on the damn roof. No revive.
I'm not getting no more. Break.
You're losing ground. Moving.
Dang it.
I don't mind.
Pass on my grid.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Only 10 left.
You killed him?
Yeah.
See what kind of how much cash they had.
Wow, that's crazy. $9 more. Got it. Mark boxes.
Oh, you're gonna hate where it's at.
What do you mean, where?
It's right there. It's where the snipers are camping.
Them snipers in this mode is crazy.
If you can quickly buy me back, then I should be fine.
Did you get him?
No, he just cracked his armor and lowered him down. You want to try for it?
He's on the ground.
Did a quick buy. There. Oh, kill. Yes. Watch out, sniper. What? No! On the roof!
Valiant effort.
On the roof.
Turn to base for debrief.
I think I got
Jeez, that was a crazy match. You up for another? Grandpa?
Which one's me?
Yeah, I guess.
We can't line about fourth. I got the drill. I got the nail gun too.
I think I'm gonna quit.
I'm gonna watch it.
You guys.
Okay. Just me and you infected. Oh my god, the XP.
What did I do wrong?
Gotta click stop broadcast.
Oh, there we are.
Okay. Let's see if Jeff wants to join. Man, we was doing good too.
I wasn't doing bad.
Yeah, you wasn't.
I
I could have gotten more kills.
I was literally just picking up high value after high value. Guess how much? Guess how much percent our bonus was?
Like 25.
150%.
I was going through that game. Got 25 kills.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to get all the high values I can.
You freaking got a ton of score. I don't even know how I got all the kills I got.
Coming up, before streaming, before binge watching, and
honestly, the cash was insane that round too.
TV theme song. And in the 70s, they weren't just an afterthought.
I spent all of mine on reviving and UAVs.
Songs were an art form.
I didn't buy. I should have bought a self-revive.
Happy days, I think.
Yeah, same. I should have bought a self-revive.
We should get that done first. Should have bought a self-revive. Super, you still here?
You know, if you ever had
we need to get those snipers and SMGs.
for television, and not just because of the shows, you know, from gritty crime dramas to feel-good sitcoms.
Honestly, the legendary SMGs I'd be finding over the place.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
So starting out the countdown to number 12, we got Sanford and Son.
I am questionable when there's so much SMGs.
Sanford and Son premiered in 1970.
I don't even know how I found them. Okay, let's see how much this can do. Let's test this. 1, 2.
Hold on.
Armor cracked. 2. 4 shots and that kills someone. Okay. But the SMGs I'd be finding.
10 acres of forest wrapped.
All stations, green light. We're deploying to the war zone.
I'd be finding a lot of legendary SMGs.
All of us.
I really didn't care we had to buy you back a lot. That was just fun. Honestly, Infected, when me and you play, we just went insane.
No, for real.
I'm looking to go. Look at a military camp. Yeah, military camp's right there. We're gonna head for. Personally, I got that all on stream. Is there on high value here? There's a bounty. I'm gonna grab that bounty.
You're clear to engage all hostiles.
Okay, good combo. I need a funny.
Sniper.
They went that way.
I already got sniper and AR. I almost said SMG.
I got AR and AR. Ooh, people fight from a distance though. I can't even see that far. I don't know where I'm going.
I'm trying to find out where this bounty thing's at.
At exactly 5:32 in the morning, the sound that shattered the quiet wasn't birds or wind, but the roar of a chainsaw slicing through a living, breathing tree. I jolted up from bed, thinking
Is it in here? Oh, found it.
only to find that the
We gotta hunt a bounty down.
ID on the mountain side. Hunt them down.
sunglasses, and a smug expression.
I need to find a high value.
HOA president and unofficial queen of our neighborhood.
You wanna first kill that bounty for the cash?
Yeah,
Who dare shoots the demon? Oh, hi. Good night. Now get your butt back here. You're not running, you shot me. I got him in my hands.
We got no vehicle.
Hey, come here.
Oh, there's a vehicle in the military base.
Look.
Oh, snap. I need to train my finishing move. I ain't gonna lie. I need to train my finishing move.
Listen, they tried shooting me in the back. That went out horribly. Never shoot a demon in its back.
That's a demon.
Literally, my character is the ink demon.
Moving up a little bit.
I'm gonna start heading over that way to them.
Alright,
There's a ATV driver. Their car just got exploded. Never mind.
Yeah, man. Turn the wheel on that little joint. Hold on. There you go. Yeah.
I'm already moving. Oh, behind me. I got no armor. Well, the sound stem.
You good?
Oh, you gay person. Right? Oh, they break my neck!
I'm coming. Where they at?
I'm marked. I tried my best to mark.
Are there two of them?
One. They sprayed me in the back. They got me when I was weak.
Fight started. Be ready. You're next.
You gotta fight a demon, boy.
Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
Okay. I'm in the gulag.
Alright, tell me if you need me to buy you back.
I am not sushing. Here, burn. Burn, baby, burn! Teabag! I tossed a thermal onto him. Most wanted! Can I be most wanted again?
The frick? What I can get shot at? Oh.
They're in a car.
Oh my god. Crazy, almost died by a bot.
Would you care if I be most wanted?
Nope. More kills.
Okay. I gotta find the thing.
I heard so many gunshots. I'm ready to push everything. And I want to get my load out.
I'm looking for it right now.
I gave them warning, even geological assessments. They ignored every one of them. So when I finally saved both ends and rerouted my spring-fed reservoir, let's just say what happened next wasn't technically my fault either.
Okay.
I didn't ask for it.
Is it on the roof?
Passed away. He left me something better than silence. His land was tucked into a pine-cradled ridge about 20 minutes from the nearest paved road. No cell towers, no...
Oh, found it. Yay, I'm most wanted again.
You're the target of a most wanted contract. Eliminate threats and secure supply caches to close it.
How much is loadout? It's 10K, right?
I think so. There's an issue.
I didn't check. Oh my gosh, I didn't check.
I don't got a gas mask.
Wait.
I got a parachute.
The ones with the dealerships.
I'm going for the ATV.
Surveyors with shiny hard hats and even shinier attitudes started popping up at the edge of the gravel road leading to my driveway. The kind that wouldn't wave back if you lit their I confronted one guy named Bryce.
I'm trying my best to drive. Mark, go. No! There goes my most wanted! I'm relying on you. I'm relying on you.
We good. Once I come back,
$1,000 smile next to slogans like connecting.
Well, how much cash you got?
4,000.
Gateway to mountain living.
Okay.
I laughed. I got the certified letter. Karen Withers, president of the Eagle Crest Heights HOA, was formally notifying me that my property was.
There's like a buy station right there.
Designed to benefit the greater community through improved accessibility and emergency egress.
Oh.
That was bureaucracy.
That sucks. The gas got us killed.
A tunnel straight through your goddamn mountain because our gated community hates taking the long way to the highway.
Thank you.
I've been called stubborn. My ex would say I'm constitutionally learning.
Oh, another most wanted.
but I'm not unreasonable. I drove down to the HOA.
I'll come most wanted.
A marble-fronted fortress that looked more like a country than anything else, and asked for a meeting. They scheduled me 2 weeks out. When the day came, I showed up with maps, property surveys, environmental assessments.
I love being most wanted. I don't know why, it's just fun to be most wanted.
She folded her hands, leaned forward across her glass desk and said, "This isn't about your property, it's about our future." That was the moment I knew.
Oh, they are.
Not for facts, not for boundaries, not for reason. I left that meeting with debate. It was a declaration. Weeks later, heavy machinery were marking target location. I came back from a supply run to find a surveyor's flag and an excavator parked 10 feet from the old reservoir. I called the sheriff.
That's fun.
Deputy who shrugged and told me
it's so hard to get money, like a lot of money,
because the county had greenlit the easement. That was news to me. I pulled my deed.
Hey, do you want my pistols to try them out?
Drove to the county recorder's office. There, a clerk named
they're 4-shot kill.
And handed me a copy of the updated plan.
Is it like an automatic?
Showed a revised
no, it's a GC45.
You'll want to take it up with the planning commission, she said.
There's my sniper.
I sat in the beige folding chair in the municipal building.
You get 2 of them.
Like mildew, and waited 4 hours to speak to the commissioner. A leathery man.
They're a 4-shot kill.
Couldn't look me in the eye for more than 3 seconds. This all came through proper channels, he said, eyes darting to the framed photo of him standing next to Karen and the county mayor at last year's fall gala. You should be proud. Your land's going to help a lot of people. I stared at him and said, "It's not going to help." He didn't respond.
Oh, that's so adorable to see someone fall like that.
Coffee mug off the counter. The second cracked the drywall in the back bedroom. By the third, my screen started raining. I noticed during one of my mornings.
It's another most wanted.
The flow into the reservoir was lower than usual, and the sediment was cloudy. The pressure in the line dropped by 10%.
I need a car and then drive around.
I took measurements, tracked it daily. It wasn't
I need the intel.
They were slicing through the groundwater, rerouting veins that fed this mountain.
I want to see where the next gas zone's at. I try to at least get to know the map.
Filed an emergency injunction. Karen responded with a PDF packet titled Community Benefit Statement, which includes.
Oh, that was dirty. I just sniped him, and then you just sprayed him down like that. We did him dirty.
Optional, my ass. Blasting into the rock falls.
I'm a bounty! Yippee!
The dust flew here and there. But then a boulder the size of a mattress tumbled 50 yards.
I don't mind being the bounty.
Stopped 5 feet from my water tank.
You think I care if being a bounty?
They told me they'd look into it. I sent it to the press. One online blog published it. The
gives me more kills.
As sensationalism from an anti-development advocate. Then came the noise.
Most wanted. I want to hire a percentage more.
It felt like they were trying to wear me down, make me leave. I didn't. I bought earplugs. I reinforced the foundation.
Oh, SMG.
I stopped using the well.
PPSH.
Switched entirely to spring water. What was left of it anyway. And then, one night, I noticed something strange. The north slope, the steep side of the ridge, the one that had never so much as shifted in a thunderstorm, had started to bow.
You good?
Not dramatically, but enough. Tree roots snapped.
Okay, I'm going for this high value still.
It was like the whole mountain was holding its breath.
There's a car here too.
They weren't just digging a tunnel. They were unzipping the spine of the ridge, my ridge.
I'm trying to get our bonus up.
And when it did, I wasn't
I swear, Brainy. Brainy, you need to shut up. I get it. I added you on my weapon. I forgot to switch your dumb mouth out.
And champagne bottles already chilling for the river top. The tunnel was halfway done, and to her, that meant it was as good as finished. To me, it meant one thing.
Yippee!
They wanted to keep pushing. I was going to start pushing back. Not with noise, not with lawsuits, with leverage, geological. Because if the HOA wanted a war, they just started. I didn't sleep the night the ridge bowed. Not really. I sat on the porch with a thermos of black coffee and a.
You gotta be kidding me! You're gay for this!
wrote down.
Man, he jumped the roof and I didn't get time to reload.
Intrusion onto my land. I noticed
I'll buy you back
air
first.
smelled like diesel. The morning the generator's echo carried all the way to the reservoir. The time I found a broken fuse.
Man tried to come behind you, didn't he? Man tried to come behind you, didn't he?
Something had shifted, and not just in the soil.
Like where I was
Parent had gone from ambitious to desperate. That made it I needed eyes. The next morning,
I have dying again.
Feed store in town and bought 4 motion sensor trail cameras, the kind hunters use to track bucks during rut season, and 2 used.
How am I supposed to get up there? You see this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Nut trap is still in the shed. I understand. Hey, another high value.
Our planet is full
more
of
cash.
spots that vanished. Some destroyed by nature and others by human hands. Imagine a huge waterfall, even taller than the Statue of Liberty, vanishing overnight like a failed magic trick. Or picture a natural rock formation perfectly shaped like an old man's profile, now lives only on New Hampshire's license plates. Remember the arches that once served as the backdrop for Drago and Dannery's wedding? Now
I'm marking the contract so I can actually see where it's at.
Another amazing episode of Forever Green. Today we'll show you 15 of the
there
most amazing tourist attractions that no longer.
You're the target of a most wanted contract. Eliminate threats and secure supply caches.
I'm most wanted again.
I need to go back over there.
Oh, throwing knife. No, I think that's a stem. Oh, well, there goes that on the stem.
You've got gas moving in.
Sure need that. You got your. Oh, is that you? Oh.
No. Where? No, who gay enough to do that? Such a disappointment to do that. You agree?
Very agreeable. Very agreeable statement.
You're that scared you have to toss a Semtex.
Yeah, you got yourself
Yeah, I got what I want. I need to get me a sniper again. I'm right looking through stuff. I got DMR, I don't use it much. Oh, got stuck. Is that you?
Okay. That just shocked me out. I got him. Ooh, precision airstrike. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Tack on. Get a UAV in the air.
Oh, perfect. I'm nearby someone.
Go on this real quick. Hurry up.
Marking target location.
Keep dudes down.
Incoming lethal.
Oh, this thing sucks.
Using lethal.
Stay there. What an idiot! Why would you stand in that thermo? Oh, you deserve to be put in the corner. I'm sorry, but now you gotta die for being that dumb.
It's over.
I had to tell him that because he just stood in that thermo.
Coming to you right now.
Man thought he was a Terminator. Are you taking a beating?
Just think of it as a dream.
Oh,
there's a professional sniper.
Got him.
Is there another? Where?
Oh my god, I actually might die with this one. Oh, is there?
Give me that. I want your sniper. I want your stuff. I don't want your AR. Man, I just looted him.
Advise you to load up now.
Let me in, let me in, let me on, let me on, let me on. Start driving the zone. I took his sniper. I'm gonna test out myself.
I saw his hands trembling.
Oh, take me there. I gotta test the sniper out on him. I've got to exit. I'm stuck.
Cover charge in there after midnight. Heck, no, it's like a casting call for Ripley's Believe It or Not in that place.
Dude's cracked.
This is Discount Outlet here in Centerville, Ohio. What
I need his armor. Take his loadout. Take that dude's loadout. Take that loadout. I just played it back up. I gotta play it back re-up.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo.
Kneel down, lay down, the gun's real good.
Got him. There are storms, and then there are storms.
They beat me down.
To shake the trees and flood the ditches. They wake up something in the land. The kind that rolls.
No, I don't got it anymore. Mine ran out a while ago.
Pretty wild.
Take the loadout. I want that loadout. The loadout's pretty fun.
But the real mess wasn't the weather. It was what followed.
I'm gonna take the gas mask. It's free gas mask.
I thought it was just bad luck. Until Smug,
there's some right here.
Woman in a safety vest strutted onto my property, claiming the HOA had taken jurisdiction and cut me off for not meeting their visual standards.
And the Gulag's closing too.
What she didn't realize was that I'm not.
There's a diamond sniper. Wait, is this a? It's a dark ether. I'm taking this dark ether.
How would you feel if someone?
We killed dark ether people.
Without knowing you controlled the very thing they needed to live comfortably. The sky was too quiet the night before the storm. That kind of eerie silence where the wind forgets how to breathe. And even the insects
hop out.
Like they're holding their breath. I was sitting at the kitchen table, elbows deep in the planning schedule, pencil tapping against a stack of receipts.
Man, I think he's just taking a nap.
I decided to pull up the weather forecast one more time.
I think he's just taking a nap.
I clicked on the radar, expecting to see the usual, smattering of green.
I did nothing.
Maybe a drizzle or two over by Duncan Creek. But what I saw wasn't that. It was red, angry.
I got a gas mask, but no self.
Streaked with orange and blotches of electric yellow, swirling together like someone spilled.
A buy station? No.
Western map. A supercell, big and mean and fast. A thunderstorm system moving in from the west. Hugging the southern counties and aiming straight for us. Green Hill Valley, dead center of the path. They didn't just label it storm either. The meteorologist said it was one of the most aggressive April systems we've seen in a decade.
I'm walking.
Tornado watch. Flash.
Those ATVs are too noisy, so I'm not going to drive any.
All the usual bold words that spell out disaster for folks who live off the land. I muttered under my breath and pushed back on the table, grabbing the heavy flashlight that was hooked near the fridge. Jubilee, my old sheep like that.
You're too slow.
Oh, a soft one, like she already knew.
I'm fine.
Moose, our massive mutt, half Bernese, half tank, was sprawled by the door, tail thumping once before going still. They both been wheeled all day. Jubilee followed me from room to room like a shadow of anxiety, and Moose kept pacing through the front door and the barn window, grumbling low. That's when I really started taking serious. Animals.
I am almost dead again.
I threw on my boots and coat and walked out into the storm. The air felt wrong, too warm, too heavy. It pressed down on me like a wool blanket, soaked in clouds loomed over the fields like bruises, pulsing faintly with heat lightning far in the distance. Even the trees stood still, like they were listening.
I don't mind running solo. You know what that means.
3 hours prepping everything I could. I locked the greenhouse windows, covered the new seedling trays, secured the coop doors, and parked the flatbed under the leaves. I tied down the tarps over the compost bin and reinforced the windbreak panels by the orchard with extra stakes.
I sniped him through the floor fence.
The pigeons hadn't nested again. They hadn't, thank God. Last year's pigeon incident during the storm nearly gave.
Was it those same people that we fought last time?
Or
okay, then that's those.
Already close to midnight.
I stood there for a moment,
Make sure I got full mags in my guns.
light up with that sickly green glow that
Make sure I
only ever
stay
means two
prepared.
things: hail or trouble. The next morning came in like a war horn. I woke at 5:07 a.m. The windows shaking.
You camping them? You campers!
Thunder rolled to the house like a freight train miles off. So I polished it up. The rain hit. Not that pleasant summer rain that taps on the window and smells like nostalgia.
We placed.
No,
I think we placed fourth. I think we placed fourth again.
Like the heavens appended 1,000 bathtubs at once. It came down sideways fast, slapping against the table.
I got 12.
Sound so loud it made Moose bark at once. I threw on my gear and got outside just in time to see the first tree branch get launched down the pasture like a javelin. The wind whipped so hard it tore the
At least we got a 20 bomb.
compost bins. And sent spinning to the yard like a my eyes burned from the rain hitting at that weird horizontal. And I had to shield my face with my sleeve just to see where I was going. Jubilee bolted ahead of me, barking at the wind like an insulted her.
Ready for another round?
While I sprinted toward the chicken coop. Half the flock was still inside,
Man,
clucking and panicking.
that was a good match to me. I ran into those
But I got the door
campers.
shut before anything worse could happen. I ran back to
I
the barn.
sniped the poor dude through the
They
fence.
were terrified but unharmed. One of the younger ones had climbed halfway up a hay bale stack and looked at me like I was an idiot for coming out into this.
No, I saw him go behind the fence. I thought he was just right there. That was the best shot I hit. You could even see on my stream. I didn't even do anything.
Hailstones started falling around.
Getting tired?
23. Small at first, pea-sized, bouncing harmlessly off the porch roof, then larger, quarter-sized, then golf balls. I had to duck behind the tractor just to keep.
We need to get most wanted a lot so we can have a higher bonus. So I think the bonus helps a lot when you get more missions. Like, so we can get more cash. Because honestly, we struggle with cash sometimes.
Running back and forth in frenzied loop. I finally got back inside, drenched and breathing hard, and collapsed by the front window. Peeling off my gloves.
Oh, I already got like a couple camos on accident. I've been getting camos a lot because of how much shots would be hidden.
Split it clean down the middle. Flames sparked at the top and immediately fizzled out.
I felt dark ether, dude.
I sat there for a while, soaked through listening.
Dark ether looked insane on the weapons.
A hollow wailing sound when it passed the tree line.
I found someone with a dark ether AR and I just snatched it.
Like something massive that passed over. A kind of storm that didn't just touch the land. It roared around 8:15. Things finally began to settle. Not stop, just settle. The rain was still going. The hail.
Oh, you camping?
The thunder rolled further away, and the lightning.
I'm probably going to do with a lot of campers.
I could probably see more than 50 feet out the window, without feeling like I was watching through a car window.
I should have tossed a thermal up there.
I was starting to think we made it through. All right. No major damage.
You know what? I'm gonna do a no scope.
The field was
I done. I can't.
The barn roof was still on. The orchard hadn't flooded. I figured I'd wait another hour or so before doing a full postal.
Okay.
Then the lights flickered.
Where are we going now?
A single reflector. Bridge buzzed.
Oh yeah, I'm marking.
The old analog clock.
The stadium, no.
Everything went black.
Farmland, no. That'd be a hot spot. Do you want to try and wait? I gotta look on the map.
Even the light on my phone.
I gotta find a high value.
Heart racing. Listening to the faint hum of the generator.
I need to go for that.
But it didn't. Just thunder far off. Constant pounding of rain.
Because I'm trying to get as much cash at the start.
Nothing. Power was gone. Completely. And that's when I started getting the first.
I am straightly dropping down.
That something was wrong. Not wrong like the storm damaged the line, but wrong like this wasn't natural.
Careful.
Because I checked that generator myself the night before. I knew it was ready.
By the way, happy Easter.
There was nothing now. Just the storm's aftershocks. And a farm sinking into quiet.
Happy Easter.
Power had never gone out like this before. Not in a decade. I've been running this place on my own, especially now.
I already got my bounty.
And tested just 12 hours earlier.
It's Easter Sunday.
I stood frozen for a second in the kitchen, staring at the microwave blank face, listening to the silence deepen around me.
It was the kind of silence you
I don't got no guns. All I got is a pistol. See a helicopter.
Yanked like a rug from under your feet. No fridge buzz, no hallway fan, not even a dull electric drop. Just a storm.
No, you can't. There's tons of chests around it, but I can't find nothing. Finally found a gun. Hey, my SMG! I got it back already.
Earlier, cleaned my arms like cold paper. Moose gave me a look in the spot by the front door. A mix of confusion.
Oh, rocket launcher.
And followed without a word. Paws thudding softly
I could.
on the floorboard.
Oh wait, I need to do something.
Tail stiff, ears low. I stepped out into
Is that helicopter still up?
The air was still thick and sharp. The rain having
Do you want to take this rocket launcher?
Drizzle, more whisper than scream. Mist curled over the sodden dirt like it had no
Want this rocket launcher for helicopters?
And crawling along the fences. Broken branches littered the yard. The grass looked like someone steamrolled. The barn doors creaked against the latches and rooster, blessed oblivious soul, let out a belated, strangled crow like it was.
Oh, the sniper's trash. I need to find my other.
I sloshed through the mud toward the generator, tucked behind the machine shed, flashlight beam bouncing with each step. The smell of wet metal. And ozone was strong out here. The wind hadn't stopped, not entirely. Just shifted into a constant sign that pressed into my ears and tugged at my sleeves. As I rounded the corner of the shed, I saw it. The generator was still upright covered.
This is embarrassing to die to a semi-auto like that.
Not torn, unplugged. No. That shouldn't have been possible. The cable was thick, industrial grade. Secure with a lock and waterproof. You don't just casually unplug something like that.
You're embarrassing.
Still,
no, it's the next high value.
Waste time guessing. I set down the flashlight, rolled up my sleeves, and got to work. The cable was buried slightly in mud, but otherwise fine. I wiped it down on my coat and checked the.
I'm going for another high value.
No damage. I realigned the plug.
I'm crashing the helicopter too.
Locking it in with a satisfying click. Then I lifted the panel cover.
I usually always crash these helicopters.
Circuit switch. Nothing. I tried again. Holding it in place for a few seconds longer, the generator gave a reluctant cough, then sputtered into a soft, steady hum.
Oh, chest. Oh, sniper.
The lights on the panel flickered.
And UAV.
She was alive. Thank God. I let out a breath. I hadn't realized I was holding. Moose barked once behind me, excited by the sound. Julie was wagging her tail again, just barely. The house would have.
I'm moving in.
Then something snapped through the air behind me. I turned just in time to see a large sheet of metal. Part an old awning from the greenhouse.
Super. I've been grabbing a lot of high values every round.
The wind must have caught under it perfectly, because it lifted off the ground and clean over the ocean, landing somewhere in the east pasture. Distant crash.
I'm being shoved in the back.
Jogged after it, boots squelching in the muddy ground.
After me, aren't they?
One of those odd things you have to chase after right away, or else it becomes tomorrow's show to the foot hazard. I crossed the fence gap, left over a broken irrigation pipe, and finally found a panel of corrugated aluminum half buried near the gravel service path, wedged up against one of the largest cedar trees. As I knelt to grab it, and braced against the corner, something caught my eye, down past the tree leaves, maybe 40 yards.
We're the opponent, but get your little skills back up with your aim.
Now, a thick transformer near the top, and the main
you good?
Back toward the house, and standing right next to it, almost too still, was a person. They were wearing a high-vis safety vest.
If you die in the gulag, don't worry. My high value will revive you.
Rounded white safety helmets that you see on utility workers. They were facing away from me, looking up at the lines, clipboard in hand. No truck nearby. No ladder, no company logo, just a single figure standing in the mud by the base of my pole, like they'd been conjured there by the storm. I narrowed my eyes. Nobody had any business being out there, especially.
And guess what? That's another high value
I
done.
owned the land up to the road, including the easement.
Let's get bounty now.
If there was an actual issue with the transformer or the lines, I should have gotten a call from dispatch first. That was standard protocol. Yet here they were.
Contracts above me, okay.
Too calm, like they were waiting for something. I stood there for a moment.
No, I was marking me a bounty.
Rain dripping from the brim of my hat. As I stared at the stranger by the pole, something didn't feel right. I've had utility workers out here before.
Where did I die?
Hell, I know most of them by name.
Or is there
They don't
is
just
there
show up
another
unannounced,
high value
especially
nearby?
not during a storm's aftermath. Especially
Oh, high
not
value.
without a truck or radio or backup crew.
I'm driving over to this high value again.
Out making contact first. That's a good way to end up in a lawsuit or worse. So I left the sheet of aluminum where it was, wiped my hands on my coat, and started walking slowly.
Is it annoying that I keep on taking all the high values?
The closer I got, the more out of place it figured. The vest was too thin. The helmet was pristine. And they were just standing there, like a kid caught scribbling on a wall.
Found a helicopter.
Pretending it was art. Morning. I called out over the wind, trying to sound casual. The figure turned, and that's when I saw her face. Mid-50s. Tightly
Where?
smile.
Where?
Lipstick that didn't match the weather. The kind of narrow glare you usually only see from some of the things that football gives them dominion over your life. She had the look of someone who got a little...
I'm crashing the helicopter, you know.
Chin lifted just high enough to look down at people. Even if she was shorter than a fence post. Oh, she said, blinking like I was the one interrupting her. You're here already. I stopped 10 feet from her, letting my boots plant firm in the mud.
No one cares about the helicopters anyways.
I said, didn't realize I needed an invite to check on my own power line. She gave this smug little chuckle, like I was a toddler trying to play grown-up. Well, your lines are connected to HOA control infrastructure. I'm here ensuring everything is compliant.
There's another most wanted over here.
There's been a lot of non-standard wiring practices out here. That made my eye twitch. Ma'am, I said carefully.
I'm a bounty as well.
It never has been. This is farmland.
Never mind.
We've been independent since before Green or Bluff was even a thought on a planning board. She rolled her eyes like I had just told her the earth was flat. Yes, I've read her file. Got a contract. Ellis Marin, correct?
I'm gonna camp by the contract.
Seems not how this works. Actually, she said, her voice lilting with condescension, you don't decide that. The board recently passed a motion to extend jurisdictional oversight to bordering properties with shared utilities or visual impact concerns. As in you, it's in the bylaws.
You killing people?
Like she had grown a third arm. You can't pass a motion over land you don't own. That's not jurisdiction. That's trespassing. She clicked her tongue and scribbled something onto her clipboard. Well, you can contest it at the next meeting if you feel that strongly. But as of now, this power line crosses into shared space, and your non-compliant equipment is
Hey, who's here?
Downstream systems. I've taken steps to mitigate risk. You mean cut the damn power. She looked up at me with the fakest...
I heard you talking. Stop being a loudmouth.
I clenched my jaw. You touched that line without authorization again, and I called the sheriff. Her eyes narrowed, but her tone didn't...
Oh, jeez, there's so many.
Awfully
oh, no.
Mr. Marin, got something to hide in those sheds of yours. I stepped forward just once, boots sinking deeper into the mud. Just hard work with wiring. I don't know what you think you're doing out here, but this isn't a cul-de-sac with HOA flower baskets. This is my land. You and your board don't own a blade of grass past that fence. Something flickered in her expression. Twitch, a tick in the jaw. Maybe she thought I'd be more easily pushed around. Or maybe she expected the same passive compliance she got from her neighborhood committee.
Hey, another most wanted done.
Like a hawk realizing a rabbit is teeth. Told me I was right to trust my gut. She glanced quickly at the pole behind her, then back at
me. You guys actually tried bombing me from above?
Looks like everything's stable for now. I suppose my presence is required here anymore. And just like that, she turned on her heel and started walking away. Heels clicking even the mud like she was storming off from the town hall meeting that didn't go her way. Moose growled low beside her. I didn't say a word. Just watched as she disappeared into the mist. Clipboard clutched tight, just glowing like a warning sign in the gray light. I had a lot of questions. But now I had something...
Dude, watch your toes!
Proof that something was going on. And I wasn't letting it go. I stood there in wet silence long after the
oh, please, I'm sorry!
Smooth ozone
I'm on a killing spree.
He sat beside me like a stone statue. His eyes were fixed in the direction she was.
They had a loud mouth, started shouting and stuff. So I just started sniping. Oh wait, I'm in the gulag with them.
I squinted up the pole. Nothing about it looked damaged.
Oh no, I'm in the gulag with those people I just killed.
No fallen limbs on the line, no sparks, no outages from
I won't.
But still, my house was dark. The generator hadn't power. And
I'll make sure to stay alive. I won't fail.
On my own land, that she was acting under ancient authority to cut my power.
I know. But I was the one that got you that money.
Outside the realm of anything legal. But more than that, it was personal. I reached into my coat pocket.
You're slow. You are very slow, character, dude.
I tapped over my
I'm back.
And scrolled down to Hector Field Ops. The phone rang once, twice.
No, I want my revenge. Where'd I die at?
Hector's voice was groggy but alert. He was used odd out.
No, where'd I die at?
All right. No, I said flatly. I need you out here.
What was the most
now.
wanted?
Bring the bucket truck.
Marking target location.
On it. He said immediately. Where's the hit? No hit. I replied. Just someone tampering. I'll explain.
I'm going for another most wanted.
I hung up and shoved the phone back in my
You know me, I love to be the most wanted.
Slowly connecting the dots in my head. This wasn't just a freak power outage.
You already died.
Someone had deliberately cut power to my farm. And not just any someone.
I won't die.
Safety vest who clearly didn't understand where the hell she was or who she was dealing with. Because here's the thing. I don't just use Greeno County Electric Cooperative. I own it. It's not some
I'm a wanted target again.
It's a co-op, and my name is on the charter. My grandfather helped build the original grid back in the day, when half the county still relied on kerosene lamps and wind-up radios. When he passed it on to my father, the operation had grown to 3 substations and a fleet of service trucks. And when my dad
I'm gonna scout out with the drone because I know I'm gonna be probably hunted.
I might run a farm, but I also signed the paychecks for half the linemen in this county. And nobody cuts my power. By the time Hector pulled into the driveway 15 minutes later, the drizzle had turned to a steady mist. The kind that soaks you without you even realizing.
Do you not have the gulag?
The white service truck rolled in with a faint splash, orange lights flashing softly. He hopped out and
Mark buying station.
Raincoat, gloves, who messed with your line?
Mark the nearest buying station.
There's no outages on the board. And I haven't had any more.
All I got is a shotgun.
Mid-50s. Fake utility gear, clipboard, HOA attitude. She claimed she was with Green Hill Bluff. Hoa, yeah, told me my wiring was non-compliant, and that she was sent to cut it. Hector looked like he just swallowed a lemon. That's not a thing. Nope, I said.
Man, I only had a shotgun, and he tried popping armor plates right in front of me.
I already reconnected the jet.
Oh, there's another helicopter, too.
Something's still blocking transfer. Either cold or
oh, you gay little rats! Stop camping!
Slowly with a soft hydraulic line. I stood at the base of the pole, arms crossed, watching as they examined the transformer box. The junctions, the breakers.
Camp in the buy station in their house. Oh, those are the people I fought earlier!
Then cursed. What is it? I called up. Someone manually disabled the disconnect switch inside the transformer housing, he said. They had
I was getting tons of XP.
It's not something you just stumble across.
Super, you still here?
Reach in with an insulated tool and flip it. Can you get it back? Already done. A second later, the house lights blinked on in the distance. Horse light, barn flood. The low hum of electricity drifted across the property like a warm breeze after a cold snap. I let out a breath and called up. Thanks,
okay, I gotta
Hector.
go quick to the event.
I owe you. You owe me
Say
coffee,
event
boss.
complete, right?
This is above my pay grade.
Event complete. The drill is mine. And a brand new operator.
Anger, yes, but beneath it, something more.
I just got a brand new operator.
Curiosity. That woman, whoever she was, wasn't just being nosy. She'd come here with intent. She had studied
okay,
my property,
I got how much more? I got
and acted like she was in charge of my utility lines.
I'm fine.
I wasn't letting that go.
Ugh.
Once I was back inside the house, lights now buzzing come from the overhead. I peeled off my soap.
Hey, why didn't you put in the air conditioner today?
Into my office.
Grandpa, it's hot.
As I sat down, I opened the laptop and pulled up the county registry first. Green Hill Bluff Homeowners Association.
What?
I knew the name.
I know.
Everyone in the county.
What are you gonna put in the air
They were
conditioner?
notorious for their gated subdivision just south of the orchard. All vinyl fences, HOA approved paint colors, and those little garden flags that change with the season. The kind of place where people held meetings about
I swear.
design, dog leash lengths. But what I didn't know, what had never occurred to me until now, was that they were trying to.
Okay.
I scrolled through their website. It was more robust than I
My
expected.
character's head broke.
Professionally designed, with links to documents, bylaws, recent meeting minutes, and even expansion updates. There it was. HOA Resolution 224. B. Provisional Oversight of Bordering Properties. I clicked. It was a bizarre, hastily written document, full of vague legalese and meandering sentences. But the gist was clear.
Okay.
They had passed a vote to assert provisional authority over any property that bordered HOA land and visually impacted the aesthetic consistency of the community.
That's a
They
fresh
claimed
straw
it was
pop.
for safety and harmony, citing things like fencing, noise levels, and even utility interference. There were no signatures from the county, no approval from zoning or power infrastructure, just a rubber stamp for name Olivia Finley, acting president.
Welcome in, Dragon King.
Back in my chair, then the pieces fall into place.
I got killed by
Olivia
campers.
decided to play queen, and she was expanding her kingdom one fake inspection at a time. Probably hoped no one would push back. Maybe she
Super, can you hear me?
Once or twice. Some elderly couple on a bordering plot who didn't want trouble, or a family too busy to fight. But she picked the wrong damn farm this time. Because I was
Okay, then you can. I'm just making sure you can hear me.
and I had every intention.
I thought you couldn't hear me. Okay.
Next few days passed in the haze of post-mortem.
I was asking.
Benson was repaired.
I've been busy with Warzone. I completed the event.
The ground was still soggy. The air still smelled faintly.
So I got the drill now. Not the drill, but the nail gun.
Finally punched me like it was a
Where's the next most wanted?
Around town, folks were piecing their properties back together, fixing windows, drying out sheds, patching up leaky roofs. But the buzz everywhere was about power outage. Power hit certain areas and not others. Some people in the Green Hill Bluff subdivision had lost power for only a few minutes.
I'm gonna be getting off here soon.
And me, my power got
Oh, I'm gonna be getting off here soon.
and a God comes.
Yeah.
I kept quiet about it for now. But behind the scenes, I was working.
Oh, good luck.
Olivia
Nice try for killing me, but you failed in the process.
Fire I hadn't felt in years.
Stole my armor plate,
It was less
but
about revenge and more about correction, a rebalancing of scales. See, people like Olivia tend to mistake silence for weakness. They push boundaries, test limits. And when no one pushes back, they start believing they're untouchable.
okay, welcome back.
That's when they overreach. And she had. The first step was
Kinda landed.
obvious. That Green Hill Bluffs HOA office had no legal interact with access utility infrastructure. A couple quick calls to my legal advisor and a zoning board contact shut that door tighter
Yeah, shotgun.
storm cell in July. Olivia wasn't
I got a legendary tier
She
sniper.
was violating at least 3 county statutes and a trespass law.
An SMG?
Running to the courthouse waving. I had something better. Because
I'm taking him to the corner.
Who believe power came from the title or eliminated badge. I literally had power. Wires, substations, switches, servers. And I knew exactly where hers came from. Their HOA headquarters wasn't in some polished city building or sleek downtown office.
I'm hungry as
It was a
well.
glorified converted real
Well, I had
estate
Easter
service
dinner,
providing entrance to
and that's already completed.
tucked beside their community garden and across from a decorative koi pond.
Oh, self-revive.
Big banner flapped on the side. Green Hill Bluff HOA. Excellence, order, community. Inside was a mess of desks, filing cabinets, and a few aging Dell monitors
Who's that
hooked
dying?
up to a basic server. And
Oh, there you are.
it was hooked into grid through a private
Don't play with me like that, dude. Don't try to rush me in automatically.
and entirely within my jurisdiction.
Is that gate already trying to rush?
I didn't want to cause chaos, just a message. An elegant one that said, I see you, and this is your warning. I waited until a clear morning, 3 days after the storm.
I'm gonna buy a
By
UAV.
then, Everything had returned to normal. Power had been fully restored. The county trucks had cleared the fallen trees. Kids were riding their bikes again, and HOA officials had returned to handing out warnings for excessive front lawn noise. I drove out just after 5 a.m. in a plain white utility van. No logo, no decals, just a magnetic service badge. I printed at home using the old cooperative seal. I parked on the edge of the subdivision,
Not the only
far enough
UAV.
away that no one would raise an eyebrow. I wore a reflective vest and hard hat. Out here, no one questions you if you're dressed like you're fixing something. Just part of the background noise.
Let's go for my
The
UAV.
transformer I was targeting sat behind a thin mesh fence, one that any determined raccoon could defeat. I hopped the gate and opened the housing.
But doesn't mean I can't use a drone.
I had every right to. This was our equipment. My equipment. I'd had this unit installed 8 years ago myself, when the HOA requested their own dedicated line to support their administrative center. I grinned as I pulled up the diagnostics. Everything was operating normally, not for long. I initiated a remote shutdown from my portable console. No damage, no permanent changes, just a clean, full power test. It was like turning off a light switch for a very annoying game.
Bye-bye.
It took 17 seconds. Inside the building, I watched through the tinted window as the overhead lights flickered
I'm gonna take you to
and
the
died.
corner.
The monitors blinked out. One of the window fans coughed and fell still.
Good night.
Somewhere inside, a printer made a sad, grinding noise and stopped mid-page. I stood there for a moment, arms crossed, appreciating the silence. Then I got back in the
Oh, you got most wanted?
slow and smooth.
I can't grab that now.
Something instead of issuing warning.
Okay, be careful.
I poured myself a coffee and sat on the porch. Moose laid at my feet, head on his paws. Jubilee was slipping around the tulip beds. Now,
Most wanteds are not that easy to do.
First time in a while, the farm was still, and then my phone buzzed. I looked down. Unknown caller. I picked up, and I immediately knew. Greenhill County Electric Cooperative.
I had a legendary tier sniper. I'm chilling.
There was a pause.
A legendary tier sniper and a
Familiar
PPSH.
voice came through the line. I didn't say anything at first.
I got another
Leaned
most
back
wanted over
in the
here.
chair, let the creaking of the old wooden slat sink into my back, and stared out over the wet, steaming fields, sun breaking
Back.
on the eastern treetops like a curtain parting on a grand play. I know what you
Where?
The voice crackled like a loose power line, sharp, brittle, and absolutely livid. That was all it
Man, I had a cell. This dude just spammed me down. How much more longer to your most wanted's over?
I mean,
2 minutes. I don't know if I can survive that long.
Eyes watering, dogs looking at me weird kind of way. Moose even lifted his head and blinked at me like he couldn't tell if I was losing it or if he should be worried. Jubilee
down.
paused her cruise control and tilted her head, tail wagging in slow confusion. Oh, you know what I did, huh? I finally managed to say between gasp, still laughing. Olivia.
Nice try.
Power during a category
Nice
3
try.
supercell storm.
But get your aim actually intact.
Because you thought my farm violated aesthetic jurisdiction cohesion. And now you want to talk about rules. You had no right. She snapped. No right?
Oh, my stuff.
Repeated, wiping my eyes, nearly choking on my own brain. No right? Olivia, you climbed onto my property in the middle of a storm.
Yeah.
Tampered with my
Just killed the people that killed me.
and tried to tell me that my generator wasn't up to HOA standards. You showed up with a clipboard, a safety vest you clearly bought from a doctor.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And the audacity of a raccoon in a 5-star restaurant. She stammered for a second. And I swear I could have her nails tapping on the desk or a countertop. Like she was trying to find words sharp enough to pierce my and utter lack
Oh, you gay little rat. I just spawned in. He's down. But you finished me. Just buy me back. Buy me back.
You disrupted administrative operations.
You can buy me back pretty easily.
Legal exposure you're opening yourself up to. I could hardly breathe. Olivia, I said, chuckling. You were writing noise violation citations with black.
Thank you.
Using a flashlight app on your phone. That's not administrative operations. That's called playing make-believe. You don't run a government facility. You're not the mayor of Greenville. You're the president of a book club with delusions of grandeur. I represent over 312 homeowners. Mr. Marin. Well, I represent over 72 square miles of electrical infrastructure. I shot back, and unlike your precious resolution 224 feet,
That's above me.
is legally binding with permits and city approval.
Trying to grab that.
Functioning lights. She was sputtering now. Words tripping over themselves like students running from a fire drill. You can't just flip a switch and take down a whole neighborhood's operation.
I don't got no. Oh, straight it down, Molotov.
Leaned even further back in the chair and gave a satisfied sigh.
I'm dead.
Well, funny story, Olivia.
They sent text me.
Because I built that switch. Literally. We installed that transformer 8 years ago when your office had a single window AC unit and 2 Dell computers running on the system.
I marked them.
Oh, I know it is. I laughed again with pure joy. Because when you came onto my land swinging your little try and talk about visual noise pollution,
I'm fine.
Non-compliant jurisdictions.
That's just annoying because I didn't see the dude because he tossed 2 semtexes at me. I'm sorry for dying.
HOA rules like they were scripted. But half of what you said was made up. What was that line again? You're soiled to the side.
I'm gonna grab the most wanted now.
Disruptive to community cohesion? That wasn't a joke. Oh, come on. I wheezed. You tried to find me for having too many hay bales. On a farm.
There it is.
You tried to claim my scarecrows.
We get a little more cash.
It had a crowbar.
Oh, they had a good sniper. I'm thinking a sniper rifle, and I'm gonna grab my
In
ps4H.
October, you showed up 6 months later. Olivia was beyond boiling now. She'd reached that high-pitched, breathy kind of anger where every word sounded like it was being forced through a straw.
Yeah, stems.
This isn't over, Mary, she hissed. You have not heard the last of me. I look forward to our next meeting. I said cheerfully. I'll bring donuts. Maybe a
Let me buy
little
ammo for my
laminated
sniper if I
wood.
find some.
Something about
Is that ammo?
trespassing on
Yeah, I
federal
got
utility
a
infrastructure
total of
and
12 bullets
unauthorized
in my sniper.
Oh, and you might want to check with your insurance provider, just in case someone wants to file a claim about, I don't know, an HOA president disabling a backup generator during a storm that was classified as a natural disaster.
I'm not even trying to die as much.
There
I'm
was
just
silence on the other
another
end.
ps4H.
That kind of silence that's more dangerous than yelling. You could hear the exact moment she realized she had no
Is
idea
there?
how much trouble she'd stepped into, that her actions had gone from petty to criminal, without her even realizing it. And now she was on the phone
Check
with
it.
one person she probably never should have poked. Then, in one
Boots,
last
behave.
she
Leave the
snapped.
kittens alone.
You think you're so clever, Marin, but the board will not tolerate it. I grinned. So why'd I thought my face would split? Well, good thing I don't answer the board. Click. She hung up, and just like that, the call ended. I sat there for a long moment.
Yeah, one of the
then in
kittens
silence
that
returned.
he attacked.
Not the anxious kind like after the storm, but the
It was
kind that
fluff ball.
tastes sweet. The kind that follows a job well done. Julie padded up and laid her head on my knee. Moose let out a contented huff and flopped onto his side. The breeze was warm now. The sun was finally climbing over the horizon. Bathing the
Damn, we're
wet
killing
fields in
already?
golden light. Birds were out. Chickens had started fussing in the coop cage. One of the goats
Where's
had
that?
found an empty
I'm trying to reload. I'm good.
And me, I felt like a king. Because
Oh, thank you.
revenge is best served cold. But when it's powered by
I didn't realize it was behind me because I was trying to check my map and pop armor on again.
century-old co-op charter.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm most
that's just
wanted.
delicious.
Got like 5 seconds left.
Never get more cash.
I don't know how I got it.
Achieve the objective.
What the heck is I'll be behind me? Oh, not airstrike on us? What airstrike?
Yes. I'm gonna grab this flag once so we know the guy's down. Oh, another.
They bulldozed my family's farmland to build their fancy community garden, never realizing I had documents proving I owned the entire damn county.
Go for
Now,
that so we
I
can
was
get some
about
more
to make them
cash.
pay. The afternoon sun was warm, the kind of lazy heat that made a man appreciate
So we
his
get
life.
ahead of the zone.
I was dozing off on my porch.
Reload my sniper.
The straw hat tipped over my eyes. My old hound Bruno snoring beside me. Life was peaceful.
Oh. See you on the map. See you on the map. See you. Yeah.
Shattered the silence. I pushed the hat up and squinted.
Let's
toward
pop an
the
armor on.
driveway. A woman in a crisp white pantsuit was marching.
No, you're not allowed to die. You little rat. I was gonna grab him.
Determined step. She carried a bright yellow piece of paper like it was a court summons. Bruno cracked an eye open, gave a lazy
I'm gonna start
look,
the intel.
promptly went back to sleep.
Couldn't try to find another most wanted.
Waving the paper like she was directing traffic.
There's actually no more most wanted.
This property? I stretched, standing up from my chair. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna go and get the next gas zone.
My family's owned this farm for 3 generations. How can I help you? The woman looked me
You wait there for me?
Her lips pursed as she took in my mud-streaked jeans and work boots.
Sorry, but we need some more cash for this end game.
I'm Evelyn Davenport, president of the Los Ghettos Homeowners Association. Ah, one of those people.
I'll drive.
She said, thrusting the paper at me, is an official notice of violation. I took it frowning. Sunny Meadows was the new luxury development that had sprung up across the road last
Someone just shot my tire.
Big houses, neatly trimmed lawns, HOA regulations.
Oh, there's another most wanted.
Purse strings. Violation?
So I gotta leave it.
Unfolding the paper.
Someone's here. I see a microphone active.
Evelyn's red-painted lips curled into a tight smile. Your structure. She gestured toward my grandfather's barn like it was a pile of rotting garbage. Is an eyesore. Several of our premium food properties have complained that it's decreasing their home values by an estimated 15%. I turned to look at the barn. Sure, the red paint was peeling. Blue shingles were missing. It had been standing strong since 1937. It did its job just fine. This barn has been here longer than I have, I said, turning back to her. And now, it's 2025. Evelyn replied smoothly.
Might have went a little overkill.
We expect it to be painted or removed within 30 days. She pointed to the fine print on the paper. Failure to comply will result in a $200 daily fine. I could feel my blood pressure rising. I think there's been a mistake. Your HOA rules don't apply to my property.
We got a bounty.
Evelyn's expression didn't change.
You want to take the helicopter?
We'll see about that. Then, as if she hadn't...
Here, I want you to drive and I'll snipe.
...on land, she tilted her head and squinted toward my east field.
Who dare shoots at me?
Exactly are you growing over there?
Want to drive for me?
I followed her gaze.
Keep on entering it. Okay, drive to that bounty.
Same as always, I said, crossing my arms. Evelyn tapped something into her phone.
Car doesn't matter.
The board will want to know about this. Then, without another word, she spun on her heel and click-clacked back to her shiny black SUV. I watched her drive away, then looked back down at the notice.
Okay, I can't jump off.
Was a sticky note.
I can't get a clear shot.
Call me. I crumpled the paper and
you keep on moving. Stop.
These city folks moving to the edge of town always thought they could push us farmers around. They had no idea what they were getting into. That evening, while I was stirring a pot of chili...
Jump the helicopter!
I wiped my hands on a dish towel and picked up.
Leave the helicopter!
Jimmy, you sitting down? It was Rick Thompson, my childhood friend who now worked as the county clerk. His voice sounded tight, nervous. What's up? I asked. Snake in your office again. He exhaled sharply. I wish. Listen, something weird just happened. Evelyn Davenport
came behind me.
Development came in with some documents about your east field. She was filing permits.
Oh my god!
Permits for what?
Oh my god, there's someone loot in that building.
My stomach dropped. Jimmy,
he came in because I yoinked the bounty. I literally took the bounty.
Section of your land actually belongs.
Oh my god.
Says it was never properly surveyed when your grandfather bought the adjoining parcels.
Mine's spawning me back.
Ridiculous, I said. I have the deeds in my filing cabinet right now. Well,
imagine being yoinked like that.
Something looks off, but they were stamped and filed correctly.
And guess what?
Scheduled to start clearing land tomorrow morning. I nearly dropped the phone. Tomorrow? They can't just bulldoze my wheat. I tried to slow it down, but she had all the right signatures, Rick said. Something's not right, Jimmy. You better find those deeds tonight.
I'm most wanted.
I didn't even finish my dinner. I went straight to my filing cabinet,
sniper,
open drawers, shuffling through decades of paperwork. There, tucked between an old land tax receipt and a handwritten letter from my grandfather, I found it. The original deed from 1937. The additional parcels my grandfather had purchased in the 40s and 50s. The boundaries were clear as day.
Yeah, I already killed dude's teammate.
It was mine. But then something caught my eye. The newest survey, done 5 years ago, when I
want me to go buy a UAV?
A small parcel, showed a slight discrepancy.
Oh, I'm gonna take this AR.
Just about a 15-foot difference from the original survey. I'd ignored it at the time, assuming it was just modern equipment being more accurate. Could Evelyn have used that tiny discrepancy to claim more of my land?
I'm driving up to our team.
Called Rick back, straight to voicemail. Then I tried the sheriff.
No.
Sheriff Davis speaking. Sheriff, it's James.
It said I could just hit him with the car.
Was planning to illegally bulldoze part of my wheat field tomorrow morning. There was a long pause. Jimmy.
Come back,
yeah,
come back.
I got a call about that today. Sounds like there's some property line dispute with that new development.
Oh,
dispute, Sheriff. They're trying to steal my land. Now, Jimmy, let's not throw around accusations. Davis said in that slow, measured voice of his. Tell you what, I'll come out first thing tomorrow and make sure everything's legal.
That's another dead.
Machinery moves. I clenched my jaw. Fine.
Hey, guess what? You know what I can do again?
Before you do, I will handle it myself. I hung up.
You good?
Pounding. Something wasn't adding up. Evelyn wasn't just interested in my East Field because of its.
They got you, didn't they?
No. There was something else she wanted.
Don't worry. You know what I can do.
Water rights. Carson Creek ran through the back end of my property. The Sunny Meadows development had been having water pressure issues all summer. I'd overheard complaints at the
Oh, you're in the gulag.
Were they trying to get access to the creek? I wasn't going to let them. I stayed up all night, poring over my grandfather's old documents. Around 3 a.m., I found something interesting. A county map from 1962 showing that my family didn't just own this farm. We had once owned most of the land in a 30-mile radius.
Make it.
Where Sunny Meadows now stood. As dawn broke, I heard it. The deep rumble of heavy machinery. I ran outside in my socks to see 3 bulldozers rolling down the access road toward my wheat field. Evelyn's SUV led the way, and behind her, a
flip.
HOA board members, sipping coffee like they were out for a damn picnic.
Those same people that killed you just sniped me, but I was able to. They hit me in the body.
I could dial.
I can go look.
The first bulldozer crashed through my fence.
There's no one there.
3 hours later, I was buried in county records at Rick's office. Papers
Go fetch
and folders spread out across his desk, like the wreckage of a tornado.
I'm trying to get on the mountain.
My stone cold, but I barely noticed. My hands trembled as I flipped through files dating back to the 1920s. Found something.
They got me.
Called from the computer, spinning the monitor toward me. Look at this. I leaned over.
Be careful.
Scanning the screen.
Think you can sprint up? Behind.
When my great-grandfather divided up the county.
Armor up.
The document was a signature that
think you can sprint over there and get the buy station?
Judge William Whitfield, I muttered. Evelyn's great-great.
The buy station.
Rick nodded grimly. He signed off on these properties.
No, the buy station.
He knew exactly where the land was supposed to go.
There's no more buy stations.
Improperly registered land plan. It's a damn lie. Before
I'm relying on you now.
My phone buzzed with a text. It was from one of the local ranchers, HOA, holding
the sniper
tonight, talking about Phase 2 of their project. Phase 2. More
behind you, watch out.
Risk.
There's a sniper on behind you
too. I hauled the heavy trunk down from my attic and popped the rusted latches. Inside was a lifetime.
Put the comm jammer down.
Papers, old letters, ledgers, maps, and one leather folder with gold lettering on the front. County water rights. I flipped it open, skimming the first page. My pulse pounded as I read the words over and over, making sure I wasn't dreaming. The entire water supply that fed Sunny Meadows
ran
directly through my property, and my family had granted the easement with strict conditions, which meant I could revoke it. I snatched my phone and dialed my old college roommate Sandra, now one of the top lawyers in the state. How fast can you get here? I asked the second she answered. What's wrong?
I'm just relying on you now. They spam me down to death.
There was a pause, then a chuckle. I'll be there in 2 hours. That evening, I walked into the Sunny Meadows HOA meeting room like a storm rolling in. The place was packed. Evelyn stood at the front, wearing a crisp blue blazer, embroidered with the HOA logo. Her blonde hair perfectly styled. She tapped her manicured nails impatiently while waiting for the crowd to settle. Behind her, colorful posters lined the walls, showing bright renderings of Phase 2, which
I think they're going to revive.
Would convert another 10 acres of my farmland into a state-of-the-art tennis complex and walking trails.
Not they got a gas mask.
The crowd clapped politely. A man in golf clothes stood up. What about the farmer who lives there? Won't he complain? Evelyn gave a dismissive wave. Our legal team has confirmed that land was improperly registered decades ago.
How you gonna get there?
It rightfully belongs to our community now. My blood boiled. I stayed quiet. Waited. With the tennis complex, Evelyn continued, smiling. Our property values should increase by at least 15%.
Gotta move.
We've already hired the bulldozers for Monday.
You gotta move up, the gas is coming.
That was my cue.
Let that comms jam straightly in there.
The room quieted as people turned to look at me. Good evening, I said, my voice calm but firm. I'm the farmer whose land you bulldozed yesterday, and whose land you're planning to take on Monday. A ripple of unease passed through the crowd. Evelyn's smile thinned.
It's a 1-against-1.
Sir, this is a private HOA meeting. I ignored her.
It's a 1-on-1.
Before you continue,
We're relying on infected because I got beamed down.
Myself properly.
Hey, infected, that throwing knife will instantly crack their shield if you use it.
In 1901.
It's a 2-shot with throwing knives.
Over a century. I reached into my folder and placed the first document on the projector screen. A yellow fragile map appeared on the wall. The original land survey signed by Judge William Whitfield. Evelyn flipped the facer. Does that name sound familiar, Evelyn? Murmurs spread through the room. Coordinators shifted in their seats. Your great-grandfather personally verified these property lines.
That's time.
I continued. Which makes it interesting that you now claim my land